I don't know how to go about it, because what I begin to find out is disheartening, is disturbing, is surprising. As a matter of fact, it won't even look good on Genesis Global as a church, because we realize that the leaders of the church, the leaders, the people who are supposed to be perceived as pillars of the church, are sponsors of this mischief. Those who are supposed to be the arm bearers, they are people who are sponsored of all of these things. And I will give us a background story of how it all started. This is a global space, and I look for the best way to phrase it so as not to dent any commission or dent anybody, but there's no better way. It is saddening to know that kòkòrò tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, ìdí ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà. Yorùbá sọ pé tí kú ilé ò bá pààyàn, tòde ò lè pa. That means if the enemy within did not stab you, the enemy on the outside cannot kill you. Somebody asked me a question and said, why this attack on Genesis? And this is how I responded. I said, he said, why are they attacking him so much? And I said, who else has done what he has done in Celestial Church? Who else? Forget Bukola Jesse now. I will explain the part of Bukola Jesse. I honestly don't want to talk about her again, because right now I have a personal sympathy for her. I think her part is just minute in this. She's just the vocal one. She's just the one that run her mouth anyhow. And they actually play game on her senses. They leverage on her vulnerability. She's just foolish. That's the best way to say it. Bukola is just a fragment of the problem. There are bigger problems behind this attack. There are bigger people in a bigger picture who actually explore people like Bukola Jesse to wage an attack over his. Let's ask yourself a question. Bukola Jesse, who have been a die-hard loyalist. Yes, of course, anybody who have been following her page knows that between December and now, the energy at which Bukola was fronting Genesis dropped. Clearly. The energy dropped, dissipated. But she was still getting involved. So many things begin to rise up and transpire between that time. Now, that was because the man just couldn't take more. It's become too evident that she's becoming toxic to the church and to the image and the reputation of the church. So the man began to whirl back on his personal relationship that they've always had. Now, that would have not been a big deal. Let me say this very frankly. Bukola had a vivid and very valuable involvement with Genesis. As a church, now I'm not saying Genesis as a person. I didn't say Israelite, I mean Genesis as a church. Our motive might not be right, but our actions are true. The reason why she was doing what she's doing might be because she has an infatuation over the man of God, which is actually wrong. There's no better ways to say it. It's condemnable. But you see, let's not judge ourselves. Anybody can have a feeling for anybody. Like I've always been saying, how you deal with it is what matters. She could not have a control over her emotions, and it's evident in everything she do. Bukola don't have. That's why she have made so many foul statements, so many nuisance statements in the past. If you listen to some of her clips, you wonder if she was under duress or she was. You try to, you will question her intellectual ability because she's just, and that is because when she get into that thing, she just talk. She just talk. And the people who want to perpetrate this evil knows this, and they just leverage on it. Now, she was involved, and she didn't have a control over her emotions, and she pumped in her all, her time, her energy, her resources. We cannot, nothing verifies how much she spent. I don't even think any sensible person should have an account of how much she spent in church. That is what you do in church. Spend money, go there, pray, associate with people, and contribute. It's an, whether you like it or not, church is an association. Every association, you will have a contribution. So it is practically normal. Now, nobody knows how much it cost you. Remember the story, one of the parables of Jesus, when he talks about, you know, how people begin to give in the tabernacle, and some give hundreds and some give, you know, in thousands. And there is one old woman, a widow, who gave 2 shillings. And Jesus said, this woman is the one that gave the most, because Yahweh gave so much, but you gave out of so much. This woman gave her all. Now, so in giving in church, you don't know to what extent it cost the giver. Now, the way I perceive it, because of her emotions, she was emotionally just lost for the man. She went all out. She gave her all. Now, it's a natural law. To whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is given, much is expected. There was an expectation in her heart. On 2 sides. On a personal relationship with Genesis, an expectation of, oh, one day I'll be able to get his attention and we can be emotionally involved. He has an ambition to get laid by the man, which is very clear. She has said it by herself. She said she has seduced him many times. It is very clear that she has an infatuation against him. So she has an expectation that, you know, being kind to the man and to his ministry will make him gain attention. And he really feel like in her heart, she feels like this man definitely is doing stuff. So if he's doing it, why can't he do it with me? You know? So now that expectation was not met over time. But that is not the only expectation. Now, our involvement with the church, however, to whom much is given, much is expected. She has an expectation too, to get into, you know, become recognized and get positions and leadership positions in the church. It didn't happen. This is the question. Now, if you want to think on the side of a layman, you would think that is really not fair. Now, this is making me understand the rationale behind her anger. Because do you know that till today, leave all this noise, Bukola has not made one specific allegation against this man. Those are for people. Now, do you know there's no money she has just paid of any recent time. So let's say she's mad now, she's choose to come out now. Do you not think by common sense that there should be something that happened now that made her now spur up and begin to revisit all the past occurrences? Do you really notice that in every of our world, nothing really happened now? Kilo fa or nisin, we did not know. She didn't say, I mean, yes, those things that happened everything that she's saying are things that happened in the past. If you were not mad then, or let's say you did not see it that way then, but now you see it that way, something actually opened your eyes to see it from that perspective. What happened? Nothing. Nothing specific has been said by her that led to this anger. But you see, I've been trying to understand the rationale behind the action. She was contributing to the church with two expectations. One, to get laid by this man. Two, that is our contribution to the man as a person, to use your language as a person. Now, our contribution to Genesis Global as a church, she has an expectation to be positioned. We are a political animal. Human being has been defined as a political animal. We are driven by power, affluence, and relationship. So, only expectations that were positioned ni I'm trying to just get into this Yoruba. It's not easy for me. Please forgive me. When I'm getting serious, it's a little bit hard for me. I keep telling you people I'm not a Yoruba person. Leave me alone. Now, ó fẹ́ bó ṣe ń sanwó yẹn, ó fẹ́ ó ń rò pé tó bá sanwó at least normal church now we all know in a church and those sanwó no ordination normal shey you get na owó ni kẹ̀kẹ́ ìyìn rere wàá di jẹ deaconess àbí ìyá ìjọ àbí all this thing. None of it came forth for her. She did not get any of those portfolios which she think that her contribution to the church would have qualified her for. I want you to follow me very carefully because I'm going somewhere. Of course, you heard her, for example, that she said she bought camera for the media and she proved it. Yes, she did. Let's not go into the details of whether she raised money from other people to get it. Whether she used her personal fund or she raised money, she makes sure by whatever means, it's either she spent her money or she has used her influence to make it happen. She made it happen. Kudos to her. I don't want to take away her credit. She did it. Now, like I said, she had expectation. The media department has a matron. When they choose a matron, they chose somebody else. And they did not choose Buki, who have been constantly in contact with people like Lights, people like, who are in charge of the media. So, gbogbo kíní yóò wáyé, kò jóyè, kò jẹ́ kankan, wọn ò fi. But somebody will ask a question, why? It is difficult for any right-thinking pastor láti fi Bukky jẹ oyè nínú ìjọ. Yes, she has a good heart to the church. Yes, she's contributing, but kò ní reputation. Remember, she has been in all of this Facebook fracas. I don't even know that thing has been for that long. She has been in all of these Facebook fracas, bus everywhere, all these fracas for a while. She has stepped on toes. She has messed up with so many people. It is not good on the paper to have. It will tear the reputation of the church. Now, somebody will say in her defense, lè fi joyè bọ̀ tó wẹ̀ ṣe gbà. Kò sẹ́ni tó gbébọn sí lọ́rùn. Èmi ò rí pásítọ̀ tó ń kọ akọ̀sápò légún máa ń kọwó. That is what is normal in church. That's why it's called donation. It's not a bill. It's not a levy. It's a donation. It's at free will. Is at free will. And then she never stated her concern until now. Because you clearly see that she was paid. Because the metro media. She was paid. This grief and my the person resonate in her heart all this while. keep that. Let me get to kafaya. I started a series on kafaya last week. Kafaya was in relationship with profetiza Oladele, in a pronounced relationship, very defined. They were in courtship for a period of time. Nígbà tí kafaya ń fẹ́ Genesis, ó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà níbí báyìí. Láti bí ni wọ́n ti ń tọ́jú kafaya. Genesis send money from here for her upkeep, from Nigeria for her upkeep, sending naira to somebody who spent dollars. Now, kafaya, I have spent 2 weeks I spent about a week and a half to study her life and get testimonial about her. Thank God that the relationship never worked. There will not be Genesis Global today. Believe me, honestly. Kafaya has zero integrity, zero reputation. Now, this lady is a worship leader and she has the gift of prophecy. I think that was the attraction. You know, when that young man, profetiza Oladele, begins to establish his ministry, he thought it would be a good idea to have a lieutenant who is into the prophetic ministry too, and a worship leader. Those are spiritual, those are ministerial gifts that can be instrumental to his ministry, you know, as the ministry begins to rise. Now, for some reason, because of her infidelity, we verified that when Genesis was in a relationship with kafaya, kafaya was in a relationship with 3 other men. 3. And I will mention their name. Alágbèrè, onínàbì, oníṣekúṣe. Aṣẹ́wó proper gidi. To the extent that our own blood brother, sibling, placed a discredit on our reputation, even to the person that wanted to marry her. They said, you want to marry my sister? You are sitting on your seat. Now, she demonstrated so many acts of infidelity that were not even hidden. While kafaya was in a relationship with Genesis, she come from America to visit Genesis in Nigeria. Pé mò ń lọ kí fiancé mi. Stayed, ó dé sílé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Tóbi. Ọ̀dọ̀ Mrs. Tóbi ló dé sí. Mrs. Tóbi is married to a man who is fairly successful, you know, doing well, and accommodated all of them as a good man. Why kafaya was, you remember the intention for company was to come and visit the Prophet Oladele. Ó dẹ̀ dé sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀, which they are all, you know, members and, you know, acquaintance. Kafaya ń gbọ́kùnrin wá sí ilé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ tó dé sí nígbà tó wà ní relationship pẹ̀lú Genesis. She was sleeping with one doctor in UK. That one will come to meet her in the sister's house, and the sister's husband said, how do you want me to look in the presence of prophets if you find out this is happening in my house? Unfortunately, bíbí rẹ̀ ò ṣe fowó rà. wèrè dìran ni wọ́n. Instead of the sister to chastise her, the sister fought with the husband. Get up in her sister's defense. So the sister was an accomplice to all her adulterous behavior and all the infidelity that she was displaying. She did all of this. Not only doctor, brought different men, was sleeping with different men while she came to visit this man in Nigeria. Meanwhile, there have been reports in America. I played one of the voices last week of the man who they were in the same church and they are seeing her sleeping with another man in the US. So as I went, she came to visit the fiancé, which is Prophet Oladele in Lagos. Another man was sleeping with her while she was in Lagos. Meanwhile, she was sleeping with another man in US here. And then she was sleeping with another politician. One APC politician like that. I will mention their name. Don't worry. I will get there. All of this, she did it so horribly that they were brought to limelight. They were brought to limelight. Somebody said, which kafaya? Yeah, you help peace now. Kafaya was the person that Genesis should have been married to. She was his fiancée for years. It was when she failed that Genesis, after for a period of time, now found Antishola and got married to her, and they are living happily ever after. Thank God the relationship never worked with Kafaya, because Kafaya's testimony has been horrible. Everybody know how to be very cocky, very bossy, very rude, very arrogant, and of course, he lose waist. I think Kafaya yon di there. One yon di gan ke se there. Okay. Now, she came back to the US and continued to have a sexual relationship with the boy in the church. There are two members of Genesis in the same church that they attend the same church in US here. And she was sleeping with a guy in that same church. So clearly she's not hiding all her behaviors. Meanwhile, this same Kafaya is not just in an anyhow relationship. She said she want to practice, she want to go into health. While they were building Genesis Church, our vision was incorporated in the plan. Any Genesis member who is on her right now will bear me witness. They've already built a place where she's going to use for her, healthcare stuff, where she's going to start her. She said she wants to go into medicine, where she's going to have like a pharmacy and all of that stuff. Because she have an office, she have people who were assigned to her as a personal assistant. It was a pronounced relationship. Now, she spent about a month or two in Nigeria. As at the time where she was going back to the US, she got pregnant. And it was known by everyone. But she did not, so she get back to US with pregnancy for profetiza Oladele. And another man in her church was stopping the pregnancy on compulsory, was having sexual relationship with her. It aroused the anger of people who are Prophet Oladele's people. So they confronted her. They make the report. It becomes a big deal. Of course, she could not see within the line then that Genesis Global will become the Genesis Global we see today. She did not see that the Prophet Oladele will become the Prophet Oladele that we see today. I don't know, as she had a very poor sense of judgments. She had a very poor rationale. She aborted the pregnancy. That she broke down, she got sick. She got sick that she almost lose her life. Because at this point, the guy in America is getting more committed into her, and of course, everybody see them together. He's in the church. Cocaine chasing, you know. Don't do anybody name. The suffer note she like most in suffer note is do. Unlike you know the do. Now, she aborted the pregnancy and lied that she lost the pregnancy. And after that, they begin to see her with an engagement ring. So she got engaged to the guy in America. She got married to the guy in America. She got engaged to the guy in America, and that ends the relationship. Everybody was disappointed. Everybody was disappointed. But, I mean, the man, what can you do if you are in a relationship with somebody? They be reporting him, or the same way they are reporting, they were warning him, Genesis, about the Bukola Jesse, that he just keep shielding her and just keep, oh, mommy, mama, old buru, but, oh, mother, Danny, old buru, no, but, until they caused him this havoc. That was the same way they were reporting Kafaya then. Kafaya yà aláṣẹ́wọ́ ọmọ játijàti kan ni. Eléyìí òun ṣọmọ tẹ́ lè fẹ́. And he keeps saying, even girls sọ pé ó ṣe dìde lórí ọkùnrin báyìí, mo máa fẹ́. Ń gbò dẹ̀ gbòǹkà lọ́wọ́ ẹlòmíì tó lóyún fẹ́ lòmíì. Tó ṣàkàṣàkà dàdí. The end of the cinema, the relationship broke up. One could have thought that she made, even if it's not the right choice, but if it's your choice is always the right choice. You don't have to be accurate, but if it's what you want, that's what you want. So, she might not do the right thing, she might not do it the right way, but that's what she wants, or that's what we perceive. It looks like that's what she wants. Quite all right. The whole thing died down. Days passed and months passed and years passed and life began to happen. Prophet Oladele got married to a beautiful wife. God blessed them with their beautiful children. She got the first child, got the second child. For the supposed husband. And then life began to happen. God began to cause a distinction between those that serve him and those that serve him not. And then God began to bless this man beyond what maybe she could have perceived or expected. At some point, she began to navigate back and begin her malicious behaviors and efforts to get back to this man. Of course, this is not her first time she will be laying with married men. As a matter of fact, it looks like one of her best hobbies. Because everybody I've counted earlier that she has been sleeping with, they are married men. So of course, she began to make attempts to get back to this man. She went to so many people and asked to help them to beg him to take her back. And these are the same people that were begging you to be committed to this man and you refused. So they said, no. And it's too late now. What do you want them to do? He should kick his wife out or he should marry two wives? As a priest that is preaching against infidelity in his church, you think he wants to be found with such indignation? So, of course, everybody tells her that this is not going to happen. Ode continue to press and press. Fear desperate women. Fear them. Obsession leads to desperation. Desperation leads to anger. Anger produces wickedness. And Kafaya has demonstrated all of these phases. In 2018, she was part of the choir for Mama Esther Ajayi's program, Comforter, and Genesis was there. She made every effort to get to this man. She begged to take a picture with him. And the man who she was talking to, I will play another voice note today, said, look at your life. Ìwọ tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ni number one tẹ́lẹ̀, ló wá ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé kó ya photo nísìn, ìwọ ló ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún access láti ya photo. You see how you have degenerated to this point. And they were just, trying to encourage her. At the time where her desperation becomes too voracious, they sent her, they have to make another arrangement. They now have to arrange another vehicle to convey the man out of the venue. Arrange another hotel to put in, just for them to make him escape this man, this lady. By mysterious means, she find her way and force her way to the hotel where he was. Now the protocols who were with him are already checked him in and they left. And this girl showed up at the door. And the man was like, "Kí ló báwo ló ṣe débí? Kí ló fẹ́? Kafaya kí ló dé?" And she begins to, of course, lure him. The man have to call his protocol and said, "This girl is here. I just want you guys to stay on the phone. Just in case something, I don't want to be here by myself." They stayed on the phone all through. She cried. Begged the man to sleep with him, begged the man to take her back, did all manner of stuff. The people who were on the phone testify. I will play one of their testimony now, where she was saying, "Oh, they kiss me. Oh, they kiss me." Eventually, the man gave her $400 and just find his way to escape that temptation. Now, of course, this gets to public notice, and the people who witness this, they condemn her action. Anger sets in. You know about B. Maybe I should play some things for us right now. Now, I have given you the story of two bitter people. Two bitter people now. I have given you a breakdown of their behavior, of how the bitterness came about. Now, there is a woman in Genesis Global who is regarded as a leader. She is the Iya Ijo of Genesis Global. Iya Ijo. There are members of Genesis Global right here, right now, watching me. They will know who I'm talking about. The Mama Ijo of this commission, who chose to be a devil's incarnate. Her name is Tonia. I've never heard of that kind of name before. Her name even sounds violent. Tonia Gbigbi. Because that's what I'm reading. Tonia Gbigbi Jackson. Mrs. Jackson. had a discrepancy with somebody in the church. And leave them, let them write all the nonsense they can write. I already knew today they will come. I want to know. I want to know. Now, this woman had a discrepancy with somebody in the church. It was brought to the notice of the leadership of the church, and the man, by his own sense of judgment, feel that this woman went on the extreme and she was chastised for it. She wasn't happy by the way the issue was addressed. She left the church. She was disgruntled. Anybody who have been listening to Maureen will hear that Maureen have mentioned the name of this woman. This Mrs. Bibi Jackson have a personal relationship with Maureen. Òun ló mọ Maureen rí. Now, out of the bitterness of because you see, these people have turned themselves to little gods in Genesis. They are ready to remote control their shepherd anyhow. She left the church out of bitterness and anger and all of those things because of the discrepancies she had with her, and she expected that the church should, the pastor should take her side and just attack somebody. And they did not attack the person. They did not do as she thinks it should have been done. She left the church. She's the one who knows Maureen. Now, out of the aim to attack this man, out of the intention to attack this man, she, you know, these people have been in Genesis for a while. She went to, sorry, pardon me, I needed to read a piece of information. She looked for somebody. See, this is how they attack. Ó wá lọ wá Kàfáyá, because òun náà witness gbogbo bí Kàfáyá ṣe ń jakugbe láti jọjọ́ yìí. Ó wá trigger Kàfáyá. I don't know, for whatever reason, Kàfáyá is feeling like Genesis' wife took her place. Meanwhile, ìwọ ló choose nǹkan tó mú ẹ. I don't know why she feel deprived. I don't know why she feel like she has a stake that she's supposed to have. Bóyá òun ló lọ sunkún bá Madam Gbigbi ni o. Bóyá Madam Gbigbi ló lọ trigger ẹ̀ ni o. Ìyá Jackson yìí ló fa Kàfáyá lọ́wọ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ Maureen. Maureen fẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n mú Kàfáyá wá bóun ni. Nígbà tí Kàfáyá dẹ̀ rojọ́ tó sunkún, àánú ẹ̀ ṣe, wọ́n lọ bá Maureen, wọ́n dẹ̀ pa irọ́ gidi fún un. Maureen, being a gullible person and a very slack, slow-headed woman being that she is, never make any attempt to investigate. These people will definitely go to jail. Bukola Jesse just posted down, let me pause a little bit. Bukola has been served a court notice. She's going to appear in court for all of the damage she has been doing. She just posted it now that she has been summoned to court. So let her bring the evidences that she has refused to show us all this while. Maybe she will present it in court. now Madam Jackson yìí gbìgbì yìí ló mú Kàfáyà lọ bá Maureen bí ogun ṣe dìde nìyẹn o in their quest to strike Genesis hard wọ́n mọ̀ pé the only opposition tó máa ní is Bukola Jesse because everybody know by history if you come for Genesis when good were still going Genesis Bukky máa gbà sí fún egidi ni and Bukky ní fan base ó ní presence ju Maureen lọ Maureen on bíjà Maureen dàtí Bukky bá mú gbogbo eléyìí tó ṣì ń bẹ́ sí Maureen last week yìí nìsín ẹ máa sọ́ọ̀rì fún tọwọ́ Maureen tí ọwọ́ Bukky bá bà. Now ìgbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ to cook their bit very well wọ́n wá recruit àwọn èèyàn association of bitter people that nothing good is happening in their life they play smart on Bukola and they put her in that madness. Don't forget Bitala did not see anger sínú tẹ́lẹ̀. One of her anger was this: Bukola and somebody had a fight. Their feared enemy. In order to cover the atrocities, she had a fight with this person. Let me look for her name again. Please hold on. Yes. Anybody who is a member of Genesis Global will know somebody called Bumi Omobua. Them. Now, Bukola had a very long time, very strong, very nasty fight with Bumi Omobua. That it was so bad that wọ́n gbé ìjà yẹn dórí live service right in the service of a church nígbà tí church pastor èèyàn tó bá ń ṣe ìsìn don telecast ẹ̀ dórí service if Bumi Omobua make a comment Bukky will attack the comment and curse her wọ́n á dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbéra wọn ṣépè ní comment section lórí live service church. Nínú live service church ní Bukky àti Bumi Omobua àti mama bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbéra wọn ṣépè. I don't know anybody who will find that funny. Again, I still get back to Genesis. There are some things that you don't address likely. God damn it. Gbé anybody wọn ṣépè. Èèyàn tó bá fẹ́ bá aṣọ owó èèyàn jẹ́ èèyàn máa ń le bí ẹran ni o. But it was pacifying them. Now, for the first time in a long time, Genesis have to sanction Bukola Jesse over the whole madness that they were doing in the comment section of the live service. Àtòun àti Omobua. Those were part of her anger because she wanted Genesis. Anything I do, I should be in. You should take my side every time. I don't even know whether she has become Jesus Christ. To conflict with anything is okay. Anything she does is okay. These were the ordeal. And they went ahead. This thing degenerated. So when Ìyá Jackson tó fẹ́ dìde ọ̀tẹ̀ ó mú what's her name now? Ó mú Kàfáyà lọ sọ́dọ̀ Maureen kán bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní by Genesis again. When they cook ronye, when they cook it, I want to play a voice note now. I don't know where I'm going to start from. But you can see better now. Our negative story. That is what they know how to do best. That is what they know how to do best. So, oh, that's not the one I need to play. My question is, kilo sọ pé Genesis ṣe gbóhùn tó fi gbẹ́jọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pé tẹ́rí ọpọlọ Nàìjíríà ní ṣé 2 years ago ọ̀dọ̀ 3 years ago ó ti máa ń lo bẹ́ẹ̀ tó máa ń lo bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń wá. Ó lọ sọ ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tí ọmọ yẹn tó ra mọ́tò fún tó ní driver wọ́n ṣe ọ́fíìsì kan jọ tí mo lọ ní 2012. Wọ́n ṣe olùṣọ́ ti parí ọ́fíìsì kan tẹ́kí fúnra rẹ̀ ló gbọ́dọ̀ ayé máa ó mú mi wọ ìlú báyìí. Mo wọ ọ́fíìsì bíi pharmaceutical stores mo ṣe kọ́sọ́ sọ fún wọn pé òun ṣe medicine olùṣọ́ tẹ̀ pé òkè tó bá ti fẹ́ practice kí ni kò ní jẹ́ ta. Wọ́n tún bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe kọ́ bí American standard ó ní everything nínú kíní bẹ̀ èsì ibẹ̀ jajaja ọ̀rá máa gbogbo lẹ́lẹ̀. Ok ó dẹ̀ padà dé olùṣọ́ kí ló ń tó kò ṣe lamẹ́ríkà òun ṣe pé yóò ṣiṣẹ́ náà tààrà náà ó ṣe wá káàdùn máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ yìí lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àgbẹ̀dẹ̀ the prophetess olùṣọ́ láìpẹ́ gan olùṣẹ́ wọ́n lè ju 12 a máa ní kọjá kó ṣe gbá kan ẹ̀wọ̀ fẹ́ fáìlì fún wọn ni ẹni tó ń bá tẹ̀tí lè níwèé bí tó bá tẹ̀tí olùṣọ́ nígbà gbígbà táwọn bá wá sámẹ́ríkà wọn wà ọ̀rọ̀ pọ́n ní ìwé wọn ní ìwé kọ́ ṣé wọn dísàpọ̀ èèyàn tó máa rìn nìkan ni kò sọgbọ́n ó ṣe gbogbo fọlùṣọ́ máa dẹ́ olùṣọ́ sick ṣe mọ̀ bí kọ́kọ́ jà kókàn lọ náà ní bí ó ti gbà gbọ́n mọ́ olùṣọ́ sick wọ́n lè fi omi sí wọn lára olùṣọ́ wọ́n snap picture kí wọ́n ráyè lọ́wọ́ kọ́tù kàfà àfẹ́sọ̀ lẹ́dà olùṣọ́ náà padà jù wọ́n pe tú kùn sọ lẹ́yìn hospital báyìí tó wà wọ́n kí ẹ̀ lọ àtẹ́wọ́n ọmọ ìyá àwọn aṣáájú ẹ̀ lọ ẹjẹ́ gbàgbé owó kìíní ẹ̀ lọ àtúpadà lọ wọ́n tó parí ìjà kí wọ́n lọ gbé kó wá wá kan wọ́n á sọ fún mi ọ̀rọ̀ àyẹ̀dí olùṣọ́ mi lọ sórí ọ̀tà olùṣọ́ ti fún mi ní wọ́n ti ẹ̀ géèjì mi bóyá kó ti lọ ṣe gbá bóyá kó ti lọ ṣe àwọn nígbà kàfá ọ̀rọ̀ líǹkì kan ló kún ẹ̀ kàn báyìí ó tí ì lọ́mọ láyé ó ti wọ́n bí 37 38 àdúrà pé kẹ́sì máa lóyún kò bímọ ní kò kọ́kọ́ gbà ní oníṣẹ́ tó bá ti lóyún gbogbo ilé ìtòsàn kékeré oníṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá pé kúrò àti ìṣẹ́ mọ̀ pé ìyàwó tí ó gbé ọ̀rẹ́ màmá wínà kàn ṣe pé àwọn ti divorce àwọn kan fẹ́ra àwọn mọ́nì bọ́ọ̀lì àwọn fẹ́ mọ̀ fún tàbí wáyé pé nítorí tí láti lọ́wọ́ abẹ́rẹ́ làwọn ti sáré lọ ṣe divorce pé kó fún ọkùnrin balẹ̀ kó máa wọlé ṣé báwọn làwọn fún láṣọ náà àwọn máa ṣe kó máa wọlé ọmọdé yóò gbà èèyàn tó máa rìn kún rẹ̀ àrùn. bẹ́ẹ̀ni. pé ibi church wa ni onímọ̀kọ́ kan náà fẹ́ẹ́ kí àwọn mẹ́mbà church wa ìyẹn gbé bọ́ọ̀lù sí ibẹ̀ wọ́n máa wá máa lọ ọlọ́pàá sọ́jà àkùnrin kún kẹrẹ. bàbá ètò pẹ̀lú onírà òkùnsùn tó jọ ìṣe ni bàbá yẹn náà wọ̀nyí sí nǹkan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó n fẹ́ kí n tó ìsìnkú àwọn tí ó lókọ nígbà ṣófọ́jú ni òògùn táwọn ń pè ya ní jíò náà pè ní náà kò sí ẹnìbọdì tó mọ̀ káfáyà pé ó ń fẹ́ Genesis tó jọ wa tòdè sẹ́gbọ̀n wa tó fi ṣọ́ wa láìka àwọn ṣẹ́mu olùṣọ́ wa lẹ́yìn Genesis lọ́wọ́ máa ń pera àní 3 days wọ́n máa pera wọn sọ̀rọ̀ olùṣọ́ mi bí àti ti Nàìjíríà kọ́sọ́ ọkùnrin Genesis bá àbúrà nkẹ́ à olùṣọ́ wa ń bí lọ́wọ́. She understand yes kò ní jẹ́ kí ẹ̀ rárá but all of a sudden olùṣọ́ náà lè wá bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ́jà àkànwá ní akọni tó yìn next àkànwá rẹ̀ wá nǹkan àkànwá rẹ̀ ní ìlọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ olùṣọ́ wa dẹ̀ ní ìyẹn máa ń sábà bá ẹ má fi ìgbà àṣírí pamọ́ sí lọ́wọ́ àti síta lọ́wọ́ ní àwọn kan wọ́n ti gba ní 5,000 wọ́n dọ̀jì ẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ kárí àti rí àti mọ kíníkan lọ́nà bá aṣọ báyìí ló bá kọ́ wùgbà lẹ́yìn ìta ló fún ẹni àrùsọ ní ẹ̀fí mọ́ ẹ̀fí lẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn àgbáwò mọ̀sánmọ̀sán kan ẹni àti àlejò bá wùjọ àgbàgbé olùsọ pé ní ẹni kọ́ tẹ̀ wá sọ pé àwọn nínú chọ́ọ̀chì ń bẹ̀ ó lé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ kan tẹ́ pé àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń gbọ́dọ̀ wọn níta làwọn yẹn wá pépé wá kàfáyà ti gbá ní ìdíyẹ ẹ̀dẹ́sọ́gbà àgbà tó fẹ́ lọ ṣe engagement àwọn bá ní rárá wọn mọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ àwọn close mọ́ olùṣọ́ Nàìjíríà kò sígbà tó lọ Nàìjíríà tó ń lè dọ́gbọ̀ olùṣọ́ àwọn olùṣọ́ tó máa ń fowó hàn àwọn yẹn wá ń gbà mí síta fẹ́ra olùṣọ́ ṣe gbọ́ nìyẹn pé ọ̀yà bá ní kìkì olùṣọ́ ṣe pè ní yẹn pé bọ́lá rí ẹ máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ church ní kẹ̀ wọ́n ní kílódé sà wọ́n ní wọ́n náà sọ pé kàbáyà ti gbà ní kì wọ́n ló yẹ mí náà lẹ́nu mọ́ṣẹ́ rí ní Sunday nìyẹn wọ́n ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ fáwọn wọ́n lólùṣọ́ ìmíṣẹ́ òru bí àlà torí mi ti bìlì nígbà tí mo pe kàbáyà tó tó wá ní
But we show from morning, can you come to me? Come, you grab so I'm allocation for 2 shillings. Me for my friend's son. And when she back, and why you just the one mistake you show? Why? I don't know what my she for. But the moment she like it, however, or you want to know to Nigeria, or to powerful show, to bring the new to get better. Some taking was America, Latin Nigeria, would learn for show. So, we sent to Nigeria, who are watchers who are not to the link, to go to the
way. Or do you do the barren way?
To the barren way. You know, what's up, who are social. Cafano, it's Julie, the watchers. So, what am powerful of way, who to dine care what I'm offering. What is happening to the Chicago sleep Manicoa? Chicago sleep Manicoa. I'm allowed them to have a concordant. We're going to a new year, I will put you a budget. But as church to buy the show, our master will buy the machine of violence to you on the budget. Uncle Cabana from one way, want to grab who will show to the one be. Hey, the function go to you by my budget, go to budget. Go pressure, go in your budget. Mr. Newson, who better get our Lord of the mirror, good effect, already go a social. Who want to watch it. In fact, that I'm going to bring you to that. So, Newson, you better can move on.
Ibi tí òye mi ń bẹ̀ nìyẹn láì máa ń béèrè pé ìgbà tó kẹ́jọ́ lọ́dọ̀ mọ́rin yìí kí ni allegation ẹ̀ kí ló ní Genesis ṣe fún òun exactly what was the allegation.
So màá rí pé kéèsì wa òun náà mọ̀ báwọn àṣírí wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn kan òun lẹ́nu ṣe ń gbà so màá rí pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí ẹni tó ti gbá níyì lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ ti ń bára yín sùn wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fi Jésù fúra náà wípé lájẹ́ bọ̀bá yóò ní orí ẹ̀ kẹ́ni ta ní Jésù máa kò ní ṣe gbá kò ní ṣàwọ̀ oyún lárí kẹ́dẹ̀rẹ̀.
Kò lórí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ lóyún. Kò lórí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ lóyún.
Kò lórí ẹ̀ dẹ̀ lóyún. So ìgbà tó lóyún tọ́ wọn bí mi wọn ibi tó fi lọ ṣe kó mọ ní boston wọn lọ́hùn èmi ò lọ torí ló ń bí mi gbogbo báyìí mi ò attend kó mọ tó ń sọ fún mi pọ̀ mi attend. So bó ti ṣe pé kẹrẹkẹrẹ ló ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dún ìtìjú kọ́kọ́ pa gbogbo ìtìjú pọ̀ tó ráhùn olùṣọ́ mi bíi náà ló pápá lọ bá wọn ṣe ìtọ́mọ́ lórúkọ ní ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ́hùn. So àwọn tó ń lọ kóra wọn lọ tó ń lọ dáṣọ sílẹ̀ ohun gbogbo ẹ̀ kò jọra wọn. So mo rò pé ipe olùṣọ́ tẹ̀ dídí wà láti wá báwọn ṣe nínú sẹrẹmọ́nì ohun tó lẹ̀ tó káwọn mẹ́gbàá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wà ìyẹn ló wá lòun fi ìdí ló fi bójú ṣá pé òun máa padà sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó wù táwọn tó kù bá padà bọ̀wọ́ èèyàn tẹ̀lé padà wá bí òun nìkan náà bá ń wá òun àtọ́mọ kẹrẹkẹrẹ bó bá ní ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ńfọ́tà ṣẹlẹ̀ tàbí New York tó ṣàǹfẹ́ lólùṣọ́ tó fẹ́ ṣe tó fẹ́ mọ̀ ìwọ tó wọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ mi pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ àdé ìgbésẹ̀ mi lè bórúṣọ́ ya fọ́tò mo ní kàfáyà ṣé o ti rí ilé ayé ìwọ tó ń pè ní mọ́ mi jí owó nọ́mbà 1 wa ń olùṣọ́ lọ́ọ̀kan báyìí ló lè súnmọ́ ló ṣe ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé kó jẹ́ kó bá wọn ya fọ́tò ìjọ yẹn bàbá ètò aṣọ ìlọ́ọ̀tì tó yà wọ́n sọ pé mi tí n bá tẹnu pọ̀ rẹ̀ tí ẹ ti bàjẹ́ fáínálì so gbogbo kí ni ẹ̀gbọ́n lọ bẹ́yìn lẹ́sìn tá a fún wa rí kó tó máa ń parí lórí ìjọba àwọn ọmọ irọ́ mistake tó kàn wá náà ní kíní kan kiri kan before you know it oyin kejì kan ti dúró rẹ̀. Yeah, that's the second one oyin kejì tó ti dúró nìyẹn oyin kejì ṣe dúró nìyẹn ní ìwà àkọ́tọ́ dìgbà ẹni tí ń sọ báwa ẹ ṣé olùṣọ́ lè fẹ́ràn padà ṣá ṣíṣẹ́ làṣẹ lè fẹ́ràn ṣá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ díẹ̀ mú ọ̀rọ̀ olùṣọ́ lè fẹ́ràn ọgbẹ́ni èèyàn ń ṣe irú ẹ̀ mo ní sọ̀rọ̀ pé tẹ̀tí ní ẹ̀kí jẹ́ kẹta mo lò dẹ̀ rántí mo dẹ̀ respect iṣẹ́ ọmọdé yìí tó bá wà nínú èmi tó bá jẹ́ iṣẹ́ fún yẹn gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. 2010 àbí 11 ni ó jẹ́ sẹ́yìn ó fún àwọn mẹ́sẹ̀jì tó mo gbà wọn sẹ́yìn sílẹ̀ tán mo ṣe ní hallelujah pé bàbá tó wà lórí òkè kan sọ fún mi ọlọ́run lóun ti fún lórí ọ̀fẹ́ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ó mi ìṣúṣe òun ti fún lórí ọ̀fẹ́ lẹ́kì ó mi ìṣúṣe ẹ̀kẹta tó bá ṣe mistake yẹn pẹ́rẹ́ ìyá tó máa jẹ at times 7 ìtò tó kọ́kọ́ jẹ sẹ́yìn lọ mo bá kọ owó kíní ẹ̀ lẹ̀ nígbà tó wà sọ̀kalẹ̀ mo wá fún ní ìwé oníta lóní mo níwọ̀ lóní ìṣòro jẹ́ nìyẹn mo á bẹ̀rẹ̀ máa ń sọ fún ìjọba nǹkan báyìí lóṣooṣù àti ìṣèlú mo rántí ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tó lọ náà tó lọ fẹ́ràn kan London nígbà tí ó ti kó padà dé àwọn tó ń gbà ó tó lọ fẹ́ràn kan ní Florida tó padà dé àwọn tó ń gbà.
ṣìnà international ló ń ṣe ń tiẹ̀ ṣìnà international ló ń ṣe.
so ìtàkùn àmì sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ Babe to do man can just so could it have been able to go back there? So the rabbit pass or title in fact, I want to go after nothing in there. You mind? So I get that police was enough is enough. Come back to here. So it's only a whole there. You don't pay, you know, push on my paramount letter.
So I don't do because if you really understand the to accuse Genesis, kilo no she phone.
But they try part of the money. Also, I'm very sure that no one you I know that one can be a boomy, and they have a boom so line one way bill, who will look for Genesis, who will look for Chemo key in your machine. They actually come on low, Ababi. Ah, look, no and we better work. But to she left my little over it. She wrote me to tell you one number 1 to Nikki to the book, kill my crew. So, but we continue to compare, but we did book majority of pounds and little Polish or Jan, or look over the fish and square. Yet a Polish on my I don't criticize, I don't condemn.
That's one of their strategies. Did you hear what that man said? That when the whole thing escalated, to maneuver away at him, the first thing àwọn tó ń bá olùṣọ́ jà àwọn ló kọ́ lọ pitch tent pẹ̀lú ibi tí mo ṣe ń lọ mi tí débẹ̀ o wòlíì ló ń kógun jà wòlíì o wòlíì ló ń kógun jà wòlíì o. It's so disheartening. I want you to just mark that place pé ńgbà tó rí pé kò lè má tó bá kanra dé tí ò rí má yí bá sùn ó lọ pitch tent ẹ mọ̀ kó ti wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ti pẹ́. Delilah ni kàfáyà yìí Delilah burúkú ni ó lọ align ó lọ pitch tent pẹ̀lú àwọn wòlíì tí ò like Genesis. Those are the people who are sponsors of this hate, this ridiculous act of bigotry. Let's continue. Which is more left.
Like how olùṣọ́ like Genesis wọ́n máa ń pera àwọn 3-4 days wọ́n máa pera wọn sọ̀rọ̀ olùṣọ́ mi bí àtijọ́ káfíà wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lẹ́nu àníkó wa ṣé káfíà wá. So bó ti ṣe di kẹrẹkẹrẹ ló ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́dún ètùjú ó pa gbogbo ètùjú pọ̀ tó láwọn olùṣọ́ mi bí iná ló pàpà lọ bá wọn ṣe ìtọ́ wọn lórúkọ ní ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ. Bàbá ẹ̀ka tó wà lórí òkè kan sọ fún mi ó tó lọ fún ìgbà kan ní Florida. Àbúrò ló ń dẹ rẹ̀. Yẹn ló ń bí èmi nínú pé ṣé wọ́n máa parọ́ mọ́ ẹlẹ́dàá. Ó lọ́ máa parọ́ mẹ́rin.
So I don't look ní jìbìtì ni because èmi ò really mọ understand nǹkan tó wà accuse Genesis kí ló náà ṣe fóun.
Ìgbàdí ò fẹ́ padà dà mọ́ ni. Ó ń sọ pé màá tó bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ láti mú owó yẹn o. Àìmọ̀ ìgbà tó wà kì í lé ẹ̀yẹ bómi. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ abágbóyè sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣọ láyé wà ní ẹgbẹ́ òògùn ló fi fẹ́ Genesis òògùn ló fi fẹ́. Tẹ́mọ̀ kí èèyàn máa ṣe lára pé àkíní fún ọmọ mi lọ́wọ́ máa bá bèjì. Tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sọ máa ń ṣe. Olóògùn lọ́mọ yẹn ẹnu ẹgbẹ́ ló wà. Ẹgbẹ́ kò ní ṣọ̀lá pẹ̀lú nígbà tó sílẹ̀ fúnlẹ̀ náà wọlé. Ṣèlú wọn ni mo fi kí n tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ nọ́mbà 1 tó ní kí ètò ní gbogbo ẹ̀ kí ló mú ẹ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí ló mú ẹ kúrò? So ìgbà tó kọ́ kíní ẹ̀kọ́ ń tẹ̀lé ìgbà tó dé bí gbogbo majority gbogbo àwọn ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ń bólú ṣọjà àwọn ló kọ́kọ́ lọ pitch tent pẹ̀lú. Ìyá ẹ̀dá kọ́kọ́ ń bólú ṣọ nínú pé àwọn tó ń criticize àwọn tó ń condemn àwọn báwo ló ti máa dáhùn ìlú balùwẹ̀ múlò rẹ̀. So bàbá mi ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ní òwe kọ́kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ tẹ́bà èyí àgbẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àgbọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n tó máa sọ kí ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jìbìtì olóòlù kí ló rà ìgbà tó tẹ̀lé òun ní rìsíìtì lọ́wọ́ ìyẹn ló bí mi olóòlù ní rìsíìtì bẹ́ẹ̀ di àmì ìgbà tó lè jọjọ pé òun náà máa fi ránṣẹ́ sí ẹ gbà ó fẹ́ rí ilé òun tó bá ń bọ̀ ní wọ́n máa kígbe ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn tó fẹ́ wálé àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan bá mi láti rà.
Ok, òun ló sọ pé òun lòun ra bẹ́ẹ̀dì fún Genesis.
orí ẹ̀ ó fọ̀dà.
ọmọ àlè. Now, the next one I'm about to play is more explicit. Kafaya ẹ̀gbọ́n kàfáyá tó máa ń dé sí lọ́dọ̀ ní nàìjíríà ká sọ pé lé àwọn tọ́jọ́ wà ní US lélẹ́yìí tọ́jọ́ wà ní church bí ìtàn rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe tọ́ ti ń lọ́gbọ̀n ẹ̀ fún Genesis pé ọmọ yìí yànde ó bẹ́ anybody sùn bíbá yìí ni ẹgbọ́n náà ló ń fọ́ ẹnìkan Florida ó ń fọ́ ẹnìkan káàkiri ó kàn youth empowerment ló ń ṣe ó kàn help àwọn boys káàkiri all over the state ni. Now let's say those one did not see àkàtọ̀ pé torí wọ́n àwọn ọmọ Genesis ni wọ́n ètì ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe ń sọ. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kàfáyá tó ń dé sílé ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tó ń gbé ibi tó ń gbọ́kùnrin lọ nígbà tó ń wá tó lóun wá bá Genesis ibi tó ń gbọ́kùnrin lọ. The next voice you are hearing ọkọ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ni the next voice ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ yìí. Listen and be blessed.
Good morning, my name is Victorking.
No, it's not this one.
Pedro. Yeah.
No, not this one. Hold on. Okay, I think I have it on the tablet. Bluetooth. Please give me a second. Really loud. You message. I have it right here. Okay. Now the next voice you're going to hear is the husband to Kafaya's sister. Tó ń dé sílé ibi tó gbé doctor lọ ń bá sùn nígbà tó lóun wá kí fiancé Genesis. Is the next voice.
Marriage mi kò ní níbi tó kù ó dẹ̀ pé lẹ́sẹ̀ tó tóbi nígbà yẹn.
Hold on.
Sir.
I have to take you to the beginning.
Ti marriage mi kò ní níbi tó kù ó dẹ̀ pé lẹ́sẹ̀ tó tóbi nígbà yẹn. Torí ìgbà tí màá fẹ́ tóbi ó ní tóbi ológun ọmọ àtẹ̀mí ló lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ manage ogun ẹ̀. Forget about family. Get us family for like 2 or 3 years. Have to get priority one.
But
You know, I have
I'm playing the wrong one. Sorry.
Hello, brother.
yes, sir. I want you to sir.
I'm busy for the staff.
Oh, it's alright. It's alright. Of course, you know why I'm calling. Only gbogbo yama that is going on right now. None Mushin Pini. Somebody told me that I need to speak with you. I just needed to clarify some things because I've been for like 2 weeks since Imotenshi so many investigations about all these old Genesis Kafaya problem. Honestly, till now I can't tell you that nǹkan báyìí ni Kafaya sọ pé Genesis ṣe fóun gangan tó fa gbogbo wàhálà yìí. Nothing can be pointed to. But then so many other things US ní jáde and when I had one of the things that they mentioned your name, people don't know. Yes. Only we are called Abuja Aboko Egbe or something, and they said she lived with you at the Mumbakon. She said, "Oh my God, one nasty thing like that doesn't make sense." He made.
Mr. Victor,
ṣe scuba, you know what is
Scuba.
Yeah, scuba.
That's my company name anyway.
Yeah.
Scuba. Anyway, but
Ben, sir.
Are you record me, sir?
Me recording you. I don't record people without their permission.
Record me.
Okay, if you give the permission, there's no problem.
You can record me. Ẹ̀dá tó bá ṣe rere kó múra sí rere, ẹ̀dá tó bá ṣèkà kó múra síkà. Àtúrẹ́ àtìkà ìkan ò kí ń gbé. Àti sunita máa wù ká tó ṣe ohunkóhun. I don't want to go. Mi ì fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ dípà. Ọmọ tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ gbọ́ngàn tipẹ́tipẹ́. Gbogbo ẹni tó lọ́wọ́ sí marriage mi tó fi bàjẹ́. Ayé onítọ̀ owó lè dá.
Ben.
Ayé onítọ̀ owó lè dá. Bàjẹ́ àbúrò ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn iṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ olùṣọ́ ẹ̀sán ó máa ké ọ̀tún wá dé. Ṣé ní gbogbo ilé ìtàn ṣe fún olùṣọ́ lọ́tún ló sì tá a gbọ́ lórí social media yìí? Èmi mọ̀ pé olùṣọ́ ń ṣọmọ kan lásán. Orí olùṣọ́ á jà fún olùṣọ́. Olùṣọ́ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé táwa tí ìkú gbogbo tá a sì máa jà pọ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kékeré lélẹ́yìí tí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Èmi tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ọlá ìpè olùṣọ́ máa ti kú dànù. Mo ti dé tọ́mílà bridge. Ìtàn ni mo fi kú mi tọ̀ lọ́dún yẹn lọ ọ̀rọ̀ olùṣọ́ ló ẹ̀kú mi tí mo fi padà sí mi jíìpù. Dírẹ́bà mi ẹ̀rù gan bà lọ́dún yẹn náà. Nígbà tí máa fẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n Kàfáyá tó ń pè ní Tóbi, oríṣiríṣi ni mo gbọ́ nípa ẹ̀. Ọ̀tà mi kind of person kò sí orúkọ tó lè pè yàn. Mo believe pé tí máa wọnú life onítàn yẹn, orúkọ yẹn máa change.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Because I so much believe kankan tó ń pè ní game changer. Kò sí. Bàdàbọ̀dà ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ mo mọ iye gbèsè tó ń tì mí sí. Kàfáyá gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ. Ó wà lára àwọn tó bà marriage mi jẹ́. But Ọlọ́run wà. Ọlọ́run wà. Tó bá dé láti Amẹ́ríkà, ó máa ń sọ fẹ́ gbà pé I don't like your sister attitude. Iṣẹ́ tó yẹ kí eléyìí tó jẹ́ Tóbi tó jẹ́ ìyàwó tèmi kó lésì sí mi, a máa gbèjà àbúrò ẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ sà, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí, I'm from Mondo state, I'm from Akure. Mi tí rí ibi tí èèyàn ti máa mẹni téèyàn pẹ́, tí ẹlòmíì tún máa wá tó tún máa wá tó tún máa wá. Oríṣiríṣi ọkùnrin. Níwà èmi kò tètè mọ̀. Mo ní dírẹ́bà kan lọ́dún yẹn náà, bàbá Jèṣà. Máyẹ̀ ló wá pè mí ní kí á kú pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé mi yìí o. Mo ní bàbá Jèṣà kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ní ìwé tíyàwó àmì àbúrò madam yẹn Kàfáyá máa fi kókùnrin wálé pé èmi á ti lọ bí iṣẹ́. Àní kókùnrin wálé jẹ. Ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ní òwe kan bọ̀ pọ̀ mo dúpẹ́ kí níbi kan mo pẹ́ tẹ́ máa bá mi dúró ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Pé Kàfáyá ò kú sílé mi nígbà. Mo dúpẹ́ yẹn. Nígbà tá a rush Kàfáyá, the way I drove down to hospital lọ́dún yẹn náà, mi ì drive mọ́tò báyẹn rí. Olùsọ́dẹ̀ try to sùn hospital pẹ̀lú Kàfáyá mọ́jú mi ì lè sùúrù ẹ̀. Àbúrò ẹ̀kan wá dáhùn oyin dàtà ìyẹn náà ti wà l'Amẹ́ríkà lọ́dọ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ sìn. Gbogbo wọn máa jẹ́ iṣẹ́ owó wọn. Because èmi ìbá ti dòkú tipẹ́tipẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀rọ̀ mi ò yé anybody. Oyin dà yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ ó lọ Ọlọ́run yọ sóbà Ọlọ́run yọ olùṣọ́ ó làbá fẹ́ fi iṣẹ́ ni tó lè ṣubú. Wọ́n ló lù ú ní pé ó abort pregnancy.
That was when she committed an abortion.
Ẹ jọ sá, tí Kàfáyá bá kú ní ọdún yẹn náà, ẹ ò gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn. Wọ́n bí olùṣọ́ tó lò ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Èmi náà, báyọ̀ náà tún fẹ́ búrú jíde, wọ́n tún ní mo tún lò ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, nǹkan tó máa sọ nìyẹn.
Jẹ́rí àwọn reason tó jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀, bá má sọ̀rọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìrárá. Bá má sọ̀rọ̀ ìrárá. Nígbà tí Tóbi máa kọ́kọ́ kúrò ní first time, mo value pẹ̀. Second time tó tún máa kúrò lé, civil servant ló tàn kúrò lé o. Tóbi bẹ̀ sí ń parọ́ pé mo fẹ́ fún ìṣògùn owó ni. Mo fẹ́ dá sí ìdísí olórí.
Nǹkan ló sọ nìyẹn. Nǹkan tá a gbọ́ nìyẹn.
Èmi náà ti ń gbọ́dọ̀ sí pé wọ́n tẹ̀lé blọ́gà kankan fi ṣe kéńké pé ẹ̀gbọ́n Kàfáyá ọkọ ẹ̀gbọ́n Kàfáyá fẹ́ fi Tóbi ṣe oògùn owó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Wọ́n rò pé what kind of nonsense is this? Láwọn ọlọ́run ṣe bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tí mo rí lórí social media mo jù sí ìyẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ padà ó fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ padà pọ̀ torí ẹlẹ́dàá ìyá mi ò ní jẹ́ mọ́ pé kí n fẹ́ mọ́. When I was dating Tobi, first born young Akin, ó ní ọlọ́mọ sọ̀tà mi ládọ́rùn mọ́ tán, my dear brother, ó kù lẹ́ kí n dọ́rùn o, ọlọ́run ló dá mi padà.
Ọmọ ìyá wọn.
Yes, ó ní ọlọ́mọ sọ̀tà mi ládọ́rùn mọ́ tán, because ìyẹn rí rock person ni mo lọ fẹ́, first born ìyá wọn ní Akin orúkọ ẹ̀.
Káyà.
Ó yẹ nígbà tí Tóbi wọlé tán brapapapa tí oríṣiríṣi gbèsè lọ́tún because wọ́n wà contented at all. Ni mo bá pariwo síta àwọn kan ní mo ti rojọ́ àwọn kan ní mo ti ṣe gbájú nígbà tí gbèsè fẹ́ pa mí. Bàjẹ́ bọ̀dà ṣé mo kọ́ tó jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀? Torí lánàá Tóbi ṣe ń béèrè owó school fees by this time of COVID-19 lọ́wọ́ mi.
Tí school bá kàn ó bùn.
Thank you. Ó ń béèrè owó school. Ó ti bá ní.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó máa ń bá ti ń fò bọ́ta yẹn, ó máa ń yí ọmọ wọn lọ́wọ́ lé lásàs ni.
Ó ti bá ní. Ó ṣe ń béèrè owó school fees ní ọwọ́ mi. Èmi tẹ̀ sọ fún mi ní kó pe school because kì í jẹ́ kí n rọ́mọ.
Wow.
Kì í jẹ́ kí n rí ọmọ mi.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbowó. Wọ́n máa ṣe fún yín bíi ti Genesis náà ni o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bí o rẹ̀ kú o fẹ́ ní ṣùlọ́kà ni olùṣọ́ wá sí wẹ́dì mi. Even though bẹ́ẹ̀ olùṣọ́ bínú lọ ní wẹ́dì yẹn ni. Torí bàbá kan tó ń fẹ́ dọ́kítọ̀ yẹn wà ní UK. Bàbá yẹn náà tún wá sí wẹ́dì.
Tí Kàfáyá fẹ́.
Yes.
So olùṣọ́ wà ń bẹ̀, dókítà tún wà ń bẹ̀.
Yes.
Dókítà Kòfowórà.
Many things atrocity wọn but many people mọ̀ ọmọ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tí ò jẹ́ kó if not because of sermon of olùṣọ́ níta bá ti kú yìí gbogbo tá a ṣe máa jẹ́ máa pọ̀ if not mo ti fẹ́ para mi because mo fowó bá níbi dá gbogbo nǹkan ni mo fi bá dá mi ò ní sẹ́lẹ̀ Kàfáyá máa kóyàn wá ìbọ̀tún ló ṣe. Irú lọ ọ̀rẹ́ ìgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ díjà láàrin àti ìdàdí síròkù. Nígbà yẹn, ó fẹ́ díjà ni, lọ́lẹ́ta mo bẹ́ ń pè é. Tóbi ìpínlẹ̀ Bílí pé ń pè é.
Ó ń gbé ọkùnrin wálé wá bá sùn nílé ọ̀dọ̀ yín bẹ̀. Wow. Mo ló ń gbọ́kùnrin wálé wá bá sùn ní ọlọ́dọ̀ yín bẹ̀ náà.
Wẹ́ ṣẹ́fọ̀ ní láti lọ síbi iṣẹ́ mi wá lè sọ yẹn.
Ọlọ́run ọba.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe dé títóbi pé kí jẹ́ kí dọ́tọ̀ sún lé mi mọ́jú. Ní jù mo ní báwọn ṣe máa sún lé mi mọ́jú. Ayẹyẹ tí ìfẹ́ra yín náà, ọjọ́ ìmọ̀ lè bínú kúrò ní ọ́fíìsì mo wá. Ṣé ní oníkàlùkù á dì òwe iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀? breaking of my marriage.
Kò sẹ́dọ̀ nínú ọlọ́run.
I invest a lot of millions àti sùúrù sórí marriage èmi àti Tóbi. But Tóbi kò gbọ́nà all regret náà láì all regret. Ilé òun tó ti rí pé òun ò lọ́mọ ìyá òun ò lọ́mọ bàbá. Láì gan náà ń jọ plan visa láti ṣe visa fún ọmọ mi kan gbọ́ ọmọ mi sá lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà but ẹlẹ́dàá mi ò jẹ́ kí visa yẹn kàn fún wọn ní visa yẹn. Ọjọ́ tí Tóbi tí wọ́n fi mọ́tò tó fẹ́ fi pa mí tó gbé tí mo yà Tóbi ò tí ì dá mọ́tò ìbọ̀bọ̀ idiọ̀tì padà. Kí ilẹ̀ cross kí n tiẹ̀ fún lóko pé kó bá fọ́mọ mi lówó nílé ṣé àwọn pé Tóbi fẹ́ fi mọ́tò pa mí.
What?
Ìdí ni ọlọ́pàá arrest wa àwádìí station tí mo ṣe ní ọlọ́pàá lọ́pàá fún wa lọ́jà ẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ní ìní mo ń dára mi láàmú pé kí lọ múra síṣẹ́ mi. A lot of people have been talking to me kí lọ múra síṣẹ́ mi. Olùṣọ́ náà ojoojúmọ́ wá pè mí kí lọ múra síṣẹ́ pé mo ṣáà rí kéèsì àwọn. Ṣé gbogbo ilé tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Kàfáyá lédè ní ògo olùṣọ́ ògo náà rí o. Ògo. Ṣẹ́ni rísì tó ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ bọ̀ rísì tó jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ briefly náà ṣé o rí ẹni tí àjẹ́ bá ti pa olóògbé rẹ̀ o àjẹ́lẹ̀ ló ń forgiveness
lọ́la bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
ọmọ dárí di àjẹ́ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àbí èyí ni
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
rísì tó jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ ìbá má sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ti ń gbénu mi even though ìwé náà.
That thing is a very lengthy discussion. It's very lengthy. Okpogo. It's very lengthy. But at least that give you a glimpse of who Kafaya is. This is a glimpse of who we are dealing with. That tells you who she was and how she has been living her life and every of her, orchestrated scheme to first of all get this man, and then ultimately when she could not get him, she began to orchestrate efforts to derail him and to malign his personality. Gbogbo oríṣiríṣi yàmàyàmà tó ń ṣe. While I was playing the voice note, I was listening a little bit to that Bukola. So I see so many people saying Buki is online. Buki lied one big lie now, which I was expecting her to lie. In fact, two. She started mentioning people, Gbemi Babi, all this one, Yajo. Of course, she's bitter that we are bringing these evil people out. How is it her business? Because she said that òun ò mọ Kàfáyá. Bó ṣe wá ń lo Panadol headache mi ò mọ̀. I said it on this platform myself when I started that Bukola no get anything to do with this thing. Ó kàn tag along. But òun ni Saliu ẹlẹ́nu òfò. Ó jẹ́ pé òun ló máa forí bọ́ta. Wọ́n jọ máa kíra wọn lẹ́wọ̀n at the end of the day. Wọ́n jọ máa association. Báwo ni sẹ́ẹ̀lì tiẹ̀ sẹ́ẹ̀lì tàwa mú òrò. That's last thing. Now Bukola ní ìyàwó Genesis ló máa ń sọ fóun kóun attack àwọn people yẹn because Bukola ti attack Kàfáyá rí. Ó ti attack most of these ladies gbogbo àgbà tó ń gbé Genesis orí bíi element ọlọ́kadà yẹn. Now she just said now in her show that it is Genesis' wife that always tell her to every time she attack all of these women, it is Genesis' wife that instruct her to do so. Genesis that told her about them seducing the husband and the husband sleeping with them and all of that nonsense. I made bold to tell you that I found that to be a very big lie because not only that I think it's a lie, I verify it. we don't have to put some things on social space, but we've read through almost every conversation of Mrs. Shola Ogundipe with Bukola, almost all of it, for at least like 6 months, and they barely talk. Bukola will write like epistle, she respond with thank you. She will write like long epistle, she respond just one word response, and yet she's making a very big lie now. She's making a very big lie out of it. She said the time that she came to attack Kafaya, it was Genesis that asked her to do so. Big lie. Now she said Kafaya is a nurse. Kafaya is not a nurse. Nurse in where? You said you don't know her. You said she's a nurse. Yeah, she's bright. But like I said, I don't really want to talk about Bukola again. Bukola is not making any sense. Me responding to all her foolishness is just amplifying her madness. I don't want to respond to it. Go add up. At first, it was 13 million that they took from her. Later, it's 23 million. Today now it's 30 million. Time if it be 100 million, now the question is, why is she always furious? When they will say their own, nobody they tear clothes, nobody they tear head. I will listen to them, I look at them, and then I will go back to the drawing board, make certain calls, investigate what I need to find out before I will say anything. I don't even discredit what they say. I only just bring out what I find out. First of all, every time we announce that we are coming out, of course, they don't announce their own coming out. They will make sure they are out to just divide the audience. Wow, shake competition. If 10 people are here, I will still say what I will say. Posterity will judge. Every time they see any post, now she has screenshot it and she's posting it there to tell your blogger. One thing when I've calmed down and said I don't want to talk about Bukola again. But Oma Kabuku. Because if I come for her, tell whoever is listening to her or whoever is talking to her, tell her to watch out for my next update on her. To that piece me off, I will do a whole episode of Bukola Jesse again. This one, she will land in the hospital. I swear to God. Because I have a full episode of all the atrocity of Bukola. Just a hint. My next show will be titled, Who is the Fraudster? Bukola Jesse or Genesis Global? Who is the fraudster? Is it the person that is taking voluntary money from his member, or the person that is defrauding the government and taking government benefits based on lie under penalty and perjury act, a jailable offense? Tell her I said so. Go continue. I'm a debe. Show no stupid. I said I don't want to talk about Bukola again. I have a sympathy for her. But since the loan stupid, yeah, we'll get there. Now, we'll find out who is really the fraudster between Bukola Jesse and Genesis. If they think they do pay 13 million, by the time I begin to post how much millions you have defrauded the government of the United Kingdom, we will get there. Àwọn tó ń pìkì fún àmọ́ o, àwọn tó ń gbẹ́ ṣéke àmọ́ o, bó ṣe ń nọ́ọ̀kì gbogbo bó ṣe fi ń ra àdúgbò ń lókè àwọn boys tó fi ń rajà on a subsidized level, gbogbo 6 luggage tó kó lọ Genesis níbi tó ti rà á wẹ̀yìn tó ti rà á máa gbé jáde fún ẹ o, ó wà ń lẹ̀bi yẹ̀pẹ̀, máa pariwo wèrè tó ń pa ẹ lọ, ṣáà tún bí mi inú orí ẹ máa pé tó ṣe yín bí àgádágodo yẹn wà gbádùn. Now let's get back to Kafaya. I don't want to talk about Bukola today. Today is not for her. Ẹ kó ṣe òṣì yẹn máa farabalẹ̀ listen sí later. Adéjà fúnra wa gbàgbós. The question is, why do you always take my word as Genesis word? Don't sing with me. I'm a grown ass man. I'm doing well by myself by the grace of God. Nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ wá wọ ẹ̀yẹ lónìí o. Nǹkan tí n bá sọ èmi mo sọ. Face me. I challenge you. Face me. Èmi ni kò bá fà náà. Kórè ẹ set. You think it's a fraudster, take him to court. Let's meet at the court. Let's defend it. And then by the time we get to court, we will begin to open reality out. We only share one year, one more day. Now, back to Kafaya matter. You can hear the husband to the sister. Ẹ ti rí pé wèrè dìran náà ni wọ́n. Àtòun àtẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ náà kò sí ètò orílẹ̀ ọkọ gbé náà rádà darí dèrèdè. Civil servant kan ló tọ̀ yẹn náà kù nílé ọkọ. Ó ti wá bó ṣe fẹ́ padà ní ìsìn báyìí kò rọ́ náà. Òṣì dìran. Àwọn bíbí ilé òṣè fowó rà. Àwọn ni wọ́n. Now, why exactly is Kafaya bittered? Remains a mystery. Ṣé àtọ̀run náà ti yan Genesis fún ẹni pé ọkọ ẹ̀ àtọ̀run ni o gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ tipátipá? Àbí irú ìwà wèrè wo nìyẹn? Why do you think pé ó lóun náwó fún gbà táwọn fẹ́ra wọn? So fucking what? That's what lovers do. Meanwhile, it's a lie. It is the opposite. Kafaya ò lè ná 10 cents for anybody tó ń fẹ́. Kafaya oníjìbìtì ni. Oníjìbìtì olè ọ̀lẹ aṣẹ́wó ni. You have an history of defrauding men. Ṣé wọ́n tẹ́ kẹ́ lamẹ́ríkà bí iye òun fẹ́yàn kan ní Rhode Island, òun fẹ́yàn kan Florida, òun fẹ́yàn kan UK, gbogbo kọ́ńtínẹ̀tì ló ti ń dókó náà. Ta ló ń náwó fún? Bloody loose waste bastard, very low life mediocre. Intercontinental ni ìdí ẹ̀ ọkọ̀ ń jù káàkiri ni. Wọ́n gba ibi table tennis. Ìwọ ń lo ọkùnrin jìbìtì kiri ní òní kó bọ̀ tó lè ná fọkùnrin. Àgbákò ló kọ́kọ́ tó fẹ́ sí. As we speak now, the husband is questioning the paternity of the first child because so many things are not sure. Because as àgbà tó lóyún fún àkọ́bí ẹ̀, àwọn tó ṣì ń submit assignment sí ẹ lábẹ́sì tó bí mẹ́ta. The man today is questioning the paternity. Tó bá gbọ́n hàn ní why. So how can somebody like that now be bittered and have the effrontery to now go to a blogger to begin to defame this man? How dare you? You know, this becomes my question again. The same question I'm asking Bukola just said that she could not answer. Kí ló ṣe fún Egungun at this time tó jẹ́ kó rí èyí? If Buki can give me an answer to that, I will not talk about that again. Ìjọ tó bá ti lè sọ fún pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣe fún mi pa. Mi ìfẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ ń dáhùn èèyàn ìwọ ló dó ni. Ṣèbọn ló dó ẹ ògbẹ́wulẹ̀ ògbà pẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀. Ìgbà tí positive kan negative tó spark orí ẹ spark ó kéyìn síta bíi. Why expect ká má believe nísìn but ká believe gbogbo àwọn ilé ìtẹ̀yìn òṣì orí burúkú tẹ̀ ń ṣe láti ọjọ́ yìí. Tẹ̀ ń gbá àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ àwọn ìyàwó níyàwó. Ẹ̀ ń túlé onílé. Kò sí nǹkan tó máa tò nínú ayé ẹ̀. Such ruthless people. But you see, he that is down fear no fall. Tí ti bàjẹ́ láti 1825 so mind láti ba ilé onílé jẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ tí onílé ló fẹ́ mind the family ni. You don't know anything called family but you never had one. You were never married. Wọ́n kó ẹ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ kan náà káàkiri ni. One night stand ló fi lóyún one night stand náà ló fi ń gbá ẹ ló fi ń sáfìsì ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kankan. Ó tiẹ̀ wá wọ́ọ̀sì fún ẹ ò tiẹ̀ tún rí one night stand ṣe mọ́ báyìí. Jàǹkárí ìwọ ti kún gbogbo ọ́fíìsì. Òṣì. So it is easy for somebody like that láti máa just pick random picture of housewife and just destroy their house. He that is down fear no fall. He's already down. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. How can somebody like Kafaya feel like she was being deprived after all this atrocity. You have the temerity, you have the effrontery to go to a blogger to defame this man. On what ground? By which parameter do you think you can be justified? Kò sí ni ayọ̀ á jìnnà sí ẹ. There is no way. You don't need to be cursed. You are cursed by default. Now, but you will not even blame her. Àwọn àgbàyà aláìnírònú, àgbà ọ̀kọ́gbọ́n, ẹni tá a fi jẹ oyè ìyá àjọ tó jẹ́ pé òun ló wá mú ní kẹ̀kẹ́ tó mú lọ ọ̀dọ̀ blogger. Abẹ́ ìrojú àṣebíbí. How wicked can people be? Torí pé ẹni tẹ́ ẹ ti jọ ní relationship lẹ́ẹ̀kan ó dẹ̀ dájọ́ at one time that seems not to favour you. Ó dẹ̀ fa ọmọ yìí dóró rojọ́ fún ẹ toró òtí o ò láìkí ẹ mọ́. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen good, listen good. Church is not a cult group. If you are going to a church and you like it and you have become part of it, Oba Aje, assistant general overseer, at the time where you don't like it again, you don't believe in the call of the man, walk away. I've not seen anybody that is sued to court for walking away from a church. Kí ló fa òṣì, kí ló fa orí burúkú tẹ̀lé wá mú nílé líle. Sọ̀rọ̀ ni kò sẹ́ni tó máa bí ẹ̀ náà. Èyí tí wàá fún wa máa fi ṣòṣì tó máa fi gbègún sórí ara ẹ̀ tó máa fi ba ayé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ jẹ́. Walk away now. Kò dìjà. Èmi kọ́ lèèyàn tó sọ pádé egun tó dẹ̀ máa sọ pádé ògún mọ́. For heaven's sake, if you are with a pastor and you feeling it and at the point you don't feel it no more, get the fuck out of that church. You don't even need to give them explanation. And when you leave, I've been to so many churches that I served in a church for 7 years. At the time when I decided to leave, I left, under a very disgruntled circumstances, but at the time when I get it together, I moved on. You are not obliged. You are not obliged to any pastor. You are not obliged to any ministry. Mo abi mi sísẹ̀lẹ̀ ni o lè kó ṣẹlẹ̀ orí ẹ ti dàrú ni sísẹ̀lẹ̀ ò bá pè ẹ́. See, ibi tá àdúgbò èèyàn bá ti gbà, na where you see result be your church o. Because I don't understand this behavior where these people begin to act as if you are a stakeholder there, as if you live there, the police will arrest you. Or you leave the church and you are feeling like you are deprived or they have done you bad for leaving. Why will you take a deliberate decision to leave and then you left and you are angry that you left? No, you chose to leave. People don't want to be under tutelage. People don't want to be corrected. People don't want to be instructed. People don't want ever to be proven wrong. Your arrogance, your oh God. What is wrong with you? If you still like the church, why did you leave in the first place? And if you decide to leave, there is no point. You don't even need to prove anything to know. Even come back at the church, madam, important. That's all. You don't hold nobody any explanation. Just walk away. Just walk away. People will, of course, àwọn èèyàn olórí burúkú ló pọ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì o. Kì í ṣe Genesis nìkan anywhere new. Àwọn èèyàn ló máa tún madam, a pastor there béèrè yín. They want to trigger you. They want to trigger your anger. Wọ́n mọ circumstance tó fi kú o. Ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà wọ́n ní bóyá torí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn láṣẹ rí yín mọ́. Ẹni tó pọ̀lọ ẹ̀ bá ṣiṣẹ́. You don't owe them any explanation because they will. Wọ́n á gbọ́ yìí sọ yìí, wọ́n á gbọ́ èdè tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ. Wọ́n wá ń pò kọ ìbànújẹ́, anger, hate, ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní aggravate, ó ń develop, òun ló bí nǹkan tá à ń rí lè ní yìí o. Because ẹ wo ọmọ yẹn, ọmọ jàtijàti kan tó ń pè Vivian. Let me pull that thing out here. I don't know what part is that our own business. Vivian clearly has become an informant to Genesis. To Bukola Jesse. This image was on pause and ponder. This WhatsApp image was on pause and ponder. Let me make it bigger so that you can see it. Now, if you look through this image, this was a screenshot. This person, he tagged it that Genesis changed his what's it called? It changed his phone number on the Genesis Global USA WhatsApp group. First of all, what is wrong with that? So what? If he chooses to change his number, and so what? Now, this is what Pause Upon That title it. Now look at the WhatsApp. So they now screenshot the WhatsApp conversation. I want you to look through this WhatsApp conversation and see this image. That means this WhatsApp screenshot was taken by the person that owns this phone. That means the person that owns this phone is part of this WhatsApp group. Abi? The person who owns this phone is part of this WhatsApp. You see the image of this person? Look at the image of this person. Do you notice that this picture is this picture? The same picture. This picture is this picture. That means this person screenshot this thing, sent it to Buki. Buki sent it to Pause and Ponder. That means this person has been carrying every information that is on the church WhatsApp group. And anything, anything they discuss on the WhatsApp group is a group platform for all the members that are in the USA. It will send, whatever they say, screenshot it and send it to Buki. This is fear wickedness. Now, this person you are seeing, her name is Viviana Ribi. This is the PRO of Genesis Global in America. This person is the PRO of Genesis Global here in America. So she's part of the executive in the group chats. And she will listen to them and be part of them and take everything they say and post it and send it to Buki. She said they have changed the man has changed his phone number. This same person also dumb, forgetting the fact that picture was as background WhatsApp. Kò sí nìyàn tó bá ń ṣe àbòsí, tó bá ń ṣe àìdá, ṣìṣe máa ń bá wọn. Ṣìṣe ó máa ń bá wọn. This is how bad these people have been. This is how bad they have been doing. Now, it brings us to another question. Kí ni Genesis tún ṣe fún Vivian? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kí ni Genesis ṣe fún Vivian? This is the PRO of the church. This is the PRO of the church. Ìyá àjọ ló mú Kàfáyà lọ sọ́dọ̀ Maureen. Maureen confirmed it. It's not a so say. It's not a gainsay. And this is the PRO that is getting information from every other person or the other executive and is sending it. Somebody said Vivian said Genesis used people and dumped them. That's a very stupid statement. Did he use her? Is there any specific offense? Pé ó ṣe nǹkan báyìí fún mi. I hate when they talk about he's duping people, he's sleeping with people. Did they do? Did they rape? She said he did not rape before. Maureen tó tiẹ̀ gbé rape dáadé sọ pé irọ́ ni kò rape. Òpònú yẹn ní ṣé ń bá ti pọ̀ jẹnu lọ ìsọkúsọ á máa jábọ́ ńbẹ̀. Tí eyín bá ti ju ẹnu lọ dáadáa ni. Now, You know clearly in your heart that this man did not rape. The person that's supposed to rape is supposed to rape him, and the person will be. Okay, now you tell me Vivian said he's using people. I don't know how best to say this. Church is an association, it's an organization that raise that the machineries are volunteers, either by workforce or by financial involvement. Everything that happens in the church happens by voluntary involvement. So, anybody that is used chose to be used. Both the workforce, except real big church that can employ people. But ideally, most people who are serving in church are volunteers. Volunteer to be an usher, volunteer to be in the choir, volunteer to be. So I don't know what they mean in the context of use people. And you know, the same way, voluntarily donate. Can the church in that? Church will talk now. Now, so that is how it works. That is how it functions. That is how it works. Now, if somebody said he used people, first of all, did he use you? Because you see, this is what you are telling me. That now I am attacking somebody. I'm walking on the streets and I'm attacking somebody. I went to fight somebody because, and the police arrested two of us and they said, why did you slap this man on the road? I said, because he abused one woman. What do you think will happen to me? Will they not lock me up in cell? Did he do anything to you? Boy, so àbòsí tó wà nínú church. Ète tó wà nínú church. People stay in the church so long and they become a demon. That's why personally I like churches that they transfer their pastors. Churches tó ti ní prayer and told them go because ṣe àwọn kan tó bá ti pẹ́ in church. Wọ́n máa ń di wèrè síbẹ̀ ni. They begin to feel like àwa ni àwa. Àwọn ìyámètò church. Nígbà tó bá fi ẹ́ jẹ ìyá àjọ, even kò tí wá kò ní ìyá àjọ yẹn. There's a level, you don't know the level of confidence that has been reposed on you as ìyá àjọ before you even get into that office. And you are no more there. Serikin Goma, some money Goma. Ọba mẹ́wàá ìgbà mẹ́wàá fà. Ìgbà tó ń ṣe ìyá àjọ ṣóun gba sálárì ni. Kí lè rí ẹ? Tó bá wá sọ pé oh, you are not part of it mọ́, àfi kó dẹ̀ wó lulẹ̀. So but you say because you are not part of it anymore, it has to crumble. There is a day that is called a day of reckoning. A day is called the day of reckoning, where you will look left, right, front, back, center. You will see nothing. But what will stand before you is your works. You will see it on a very high resolution. What then shall you say? Now, this donation thing that is popping up under this thing, I have said it before that you should ignore it. It's not me, it's default. It came like that. It's from Facebook. Facebook is popping it by themselves. I don't know nothing about it. If you donate on your own, you freely donate to. Donate. I've addressed it before that you should ignore it. Anybody, once I just pushed the live video, it just went there like that. Even me, I did not donate, so I did not ask anybody to donate. There will never be a day where I'm going to ask for donation on this platform. By the grace of God, not now, not ever. I will never ask anybody to donate a dime. Never. Please disregard it. Disregard it. Again, I said disregard it. I think, I don't know what Facebook is doing. I don't even know what that organization is. Is this EJI? It came by default. I tried to remove it and it did not go. What do you want me to do now? Nothing. No. Please disregard it. ẹgbọ́n nìsín mo ṣe pariwo àfẹ́ tó bá wù kó do I don't know who is EJI. It is attached to every live video today. It is attached to the live video. I think maybe in this my zone or something. They put it there by default. God no go fail us. I did not ask anybody to donate. It's not me. It came by default from Facebook. God no go shame us. I'm telling you now. Now, how can you explain it? All of them does not have any specific allegation. No. Kafaya, okay. Kilo Genesis is fún ẹ. Go. Kò fẹ́. Àbí wèrè ni ẹni lẹ́yìn ọmọ méjì. Tó di bí fẹ́ dò mí. Bukola, kí ni Genesis ṣe fún ẹ? Kò dó mi. Kí ló dé? Kí kó lè yàgò lé ẹ̀ fún ẹ ni? Àbí kí ni kó ṣe fún ẹ? Okay, wọ́n fi mí jẹ matron. Àbí wọ́n fi mí jẹ ìyá àjọ. Ṣé bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣáà ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì? Lọ́jọ́ yẹn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bá bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Wọ́n ṣáà wò ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yín. Ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yín náà ní crowd náà. Owó tó ń ná sí Genesis tó wáá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ná sí ní Makoko. Á develop ayé àmọ̀mù náà. Wàá jóye bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Èèyàn ṣe ń lọ ọmọ èèyàn ṣe ń nídìí bẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ̀ tó ń filẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì torí ọmọ àlè ní ẹnu. Oyè tó fẹ́ jẹ gbogbo acronym gbogbo accolade tó fẹ́ gbà Genesis yẹn lọ́gbà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bá bẹ̀ ẹ́. Tí wọ́n tẹ́lú tó ń débẹ̀ tẹ́ orò náà wọ́n á fi lé ẹ o ti ṣu síbẹ̀ náà ó bá bẹ̀ jẹ́ kó o tó sá lọ UK ni wọ́n ṣe Thanksgiving torí ẹ̀ yẹnu ara ẹ ló fi sọ pé wọ́n gbọ́ pé ńgbà tó kù ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì bá bẹ̀ ẹ́ tó wá sí UK. So I don't understand why you think you have to be Alpha and Omega. Did somebody say you donate on the team? Thunder will fire you. Thunder from Ore will fire you. Lie from the pit of hell. Something that even me, I don't even have access to. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ̀yin gbé kèyí dé. Ẹ káàbọ̀. Oh, now it's 23 million. That's how many from 13 to 23. That's 10 million extra. Okay. Somebody that can have a receipt of glasses, spectacle, to rà fún pastor, ó ní receipt here. But kò ní receipt 23 million. Ọ̀dẹ̀ orí náà pé. So this is my argument. What exactly did they say is offensive? Because everything they are saying, okay, ẹ̀wọ̀ lílé àràdà ní ìsìn, wọ́n ló sọ pé he's using people and dumping them. Did he use you? As at now that this thing is happening, until be last week or last 2 weeks, not sure excommunicate any group when we find out that you are being a traitor, a betrayer. Did he use you and dump you? Tell us what he did to you. You cannot go to court and say he did something to somebody if the person did not come to plead their case. Booking sọ lórí show ẹ nísìnyẹn baby baby kìnnìkan doll kìnnìkan ṣìgìdì. If you have any case with Genesis, it is time. This is the right time to. Are you begging for accomplices? You are begging for witnesses. You are mad. That is colossal madness. So you did not get all your accomplices. You did not get all your witnesses right before you came on Facebook. That was the same thing. You know, lady and Maureen said last time. Like a whole day before, you posted pictures of women, people who are in a relationship, people who are married to their husband. You posted their picture and you said. These are the people Genesis is sleeping with. Now you come to the show and you said the same thing and you said allegedly madness. Why will you publicize an allegation that is unverified? How dare you? Lack of education is just eroding around all your actions and your inactions. It's just reflecting in everything you do. Let them come with one strong allegation. We are not saying Genesis is Jesus Christ. We are not saying is 100% right. But we are saying you have not come with anything tangible. What are you wanting blogger Genesis? It is same with that. Come with any proof. I have said it before. If Bukola come out today with a convincing proof of what Genesis did to her, I don't want to say anything he did to somebody else. What he did to her, I will stand up and speak for Bukola. If Buki Jesse today can give me a convincing evidence of what this man did to you, aside from telling me you contributed, that's free with Daniel Ote. Excuse me, could they court? You cannot plead that. It doesn't make any sense. Tell me something significant that he has done to you. Khynnah Kafaya sọ pé Genesis ṣe fóun nothing. Tó kó fẹ́ padà sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ kò fẹ́ mọ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ rorú ọjọ́ yẹn fún ìyá àjọ. Ó dẹ̀ gbé lọ sọ́dọ̀ blogger. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. I can't. It bleeds my heart to the bone. Khynnah Viviane. Anytime you Khynnah lẹ́yìn tó kẹ́gùn sọ́wọ́ PRO. You don't know the job of a PRO. PRO is supposed to be the one in charge of redeeming the image of the church. The same person is called public relation officer. Is what that's supposed to be. Public relation is defined as a deliberate effort, a mutual and sustained effort to create a mutual understanding between an organization and its public. So somebody that is given the office of a PRO that's supposed to plan a sustainable effort to keep goodwill is the one that is selling the organization out. What a waste of purpose. What a shame. You are angry because he said he knows you for 3 years. Yes. Is that a lie? Did you say, are you saying it's a lie? Ìyá àjọ. The way the world is going, church will cease from being a building. I'm a service in Yarawani. I'm a Facebook, lórí website, last. Because all this association na scam. Everybody go day in house, they serving God. You go look for one pastor you believe and you just what? God, how can you explain this? How can you explain this? I've not gotten to the àwọn wòlíì àwọn tó lùṣọ́. Mo ṣe ń bọ̀ lórí àwọn yẹn o. Kì í ṣe ní. Because I don't want you to run my engine down today. I'm getting tired. How many minutes did I even do this? Àwọn àgbààgbà àjọ ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ wò pé this person. See, everyone that is bringing a change, a redefinition into a system is always hated. For some reason that we cannot understand. I would have thought, if you see what Genesis Global is doing, Genesis Global is a pride to the celestial family. Genesis Global is a pride to celestial family. Some of us begin to give celestial attention. When I was a child, I was born in the Pentecostal home. We can't even have friends that are celeb member. My mother will kill you. Are you? Because we feel that it's diabolical. We have a wrong perception of celestial. If I step my feet in Nigeria today, I will go to Genesis Global. because that man is I don't care his personal life. My understanding of the scripture is that God don't call a man because he's perfect. God call and bring perfection out of imperfection. What drew my attention to this man? The Bible says, he that feed the poor is doing the work of my Father. The real gospel is the gospel of Jesus Christ came to teach the gospel. He was preaching to the people. The Bible says when he left, he went to the other side and multitude came with him. And he was about to preach to them. And he said unto Peter, he said, anybody that cannot feed the belly cannot change the heart. Hear it very well. If you cannot feed the belly, you cannot change the heart. He knew very well this principle. He wanted to preach. They are all gathered to listen to him. But he called Peter. He said, Peter, these people are hungry. Say, these people are hungry. Say, what can we do? What do we have? Say, we don't have anything, but we have one boy here that have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. He said, bring it. Because God brings abundance out of insufficiency. He blessed that, and he first of all fed them. And the Bible says all of them were filled. And the numbers that were filled were 5,000. They only count men. There were 5,000 men. They didn't count women and children. And there were still 12 baskets of, but that's not the issue. It was after he fed them that he began to preach to them. There is no gospel in Shakara Shikerubu, Holy Ghost fire, fire, thunder, earthquake, all of those things. If you cannot reach out to the needy, I do not believe in any gospel that does not touch the life of the needy. This is my attraction for Oladele Genesis and Genesis Global as a ministry. I've seen, I cannot count things that I've seen. I've never been there. I've never seen the man face to face in my life. So, any agbajo, alagbajo gbogbo ẹ̀yin senior, because you are carried away by hierarchy. Àwa làgbà, àwa làgbà jọjọ́ wo ni terrorist bẹ̀rẹ̀. Wọn kì í fọjọ́ orí tó. Wọn kì í fi ta ló kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run bá gbà fún, ẹ gbé fún o. Because tọ́lọ́run bá gbà fún yàn, tẹ́ ẹ bá gbé fún, Ọlọ́run á gbà tọwọ́ yín fún. The energy you are supposed to use to concentrate to build your own ministry and find your own place. See, the Bible says in the house there are many gifts. There are many gifts. In the household of God, there are so many gifts. Some prophecies, some teachers. So the fact that this person is prophesying and I cannot prophesy doesn't make me lesser than the man that prophesy. Maybe my own gift is teaching. Maybe my own gift is follow. Àwọn kan wà wọ́n lè preach. Ṣùgbọ́n tí èèyàn 10 ò bá wá church ní Sunday wọ́n mọ̀. They will call them, follow up. They are the one that is helping the ministry of the pastor. If the pastor thinks it is his sermon that is keeping people to come, don't tolerate. There are some people that is their own gift. There are some is discipleship. Just raise people and raise people. Some are teachers, some are apostles, some are prophets. So the fact that this person is demonstrating this spiritual gift and you don't, doesn't make that person bigger than you. Is that he's operating in his office, he's operating in his grace. And you find your own grace, find your own strength and build in it. Now, instead of you to focus on building your own strength and staying in your own jurisdiction and claiming your own territory, you are busy hating on another man who is exploring his spiritual gifts. It is madness. Baba go get it beun. Baba, I don't believe it's true, so me over share àwọn baba kankan la go get. I believe clearly. I told you I found out that it's a script. Because I don't even want to go into that. Those are It's too deep, and I don't want it to. It's not good on paper for the name of Celestial. They've already issued a disclaimer to that effect, and they personally call and say, we don't know anything those people are saying. Some of you must have seen some stupid madness on the blog they did, and they said these people should be signing that it should be excommunicated from Celestial Church. Let me address that real quick. That Genesis should be excommunicated from Celestial Church. When I saw it, somebody sent it to me and I said, I wish it is true. Personally, so first of all, let me say it for clarification purpose, it is false. That is another scheme of Bukola Jesse. They did it. We know the blog. What they are forgetting that some of us are IT compliant. Once we get to those blog sites, we have devices to trace the IP address. We know the email account every she blog again. We know which, so we can get you. Do it 20 times. I will fault you 20 times. A stupid name, me tell about operate name. If you want to nuisance bit here. Once we get the blog, we send it to where we are going to. Well, so don't worry. Let me not talk about some plans, but one in the blog, so I'm saying we don't have to address on this platform. So, for clarification purpose, how many of you have come across that madness that people should sign one thing and sign one thing? It is false. Nothing. It is not from Celestial, the leadership of Celestial Church of God, Church of Christ worldwide. It is not from them. They have personally called him and said, we don't know nothing about it. Number two, this one is from me. Don't go, this is not Genesis. This is victorking talking. Hear me. I wish that thing is true. Because 98% of the adversaries of the attack that is facing Israel Oladele Genesis is from Celestial. Tebani kò ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ní. Bàbá yín ṣàkólóbà kọ́ building. All he needs to do is to remove the signboard and call whatever name he chose and put it there. Hear me well. There are so many Israel Oladele's fans and loyalists and people who believe his calling and his ministry that are not in Celeste, that are not in Genesis Global today because they can't just conform with Celestial doctrine. Some of us have been too much in Pentecostal ministry. It's not because we don't like Celeste, but it's difficult to now change to the doctrine. I mean, that's not Genesis Global anyway. Genesis Global sing contemporary music. I've listened to them very well. One channel, you know, got around guys here. One shot fire. Akwa is one of the best in Lagos. I can make claim of that anywhere. I watched that and I'm like, Celede, I'm really don't back contemporary by. You know? But it's difficult for some of us to just switch into the doctrine and how it functions. It's a little bit hard. And then now we now want to, at this my age, you now want me to learn how to wear gown and not wear shoe. It's difficult. As much as I want to be part of it, so there are so many of people like me that if they say they send him away today, all he needs to do is to just start his church and just make it an open church. It doesn't have to be called Pentecostal. Just church that anybody can come in. I'll come and I'm a pot you. It will shock you. There are thousands of people that will have been part of his church if it's not under the umbrella of Sele. As a matter of fact, the umbrella of Sele is a limitation to Genesis Global in the first place. Pay me. I'm not advising him. I'm saying my own. So what I'm saying is, even if there's communicating from Sele today, it has no effect. It doesn't reduce him. I know for sure that his member will go with him. Àwọn onílànà ìlànà àwọn náà máa kù síbẹ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì mílíọ̀nù dandan kọ́ Celestial pọ̀lá alákòókò ẹ lọ bí tó bá wù yín náà. Chọ́ọ̀chì dìímù wọ́n sọ pé Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ni is an outreach wọ́n ní kéèyàn kankan wọ sùtánà wá síbẹ̀ èèyàn mi ẹ̀ rí thousands of people tó ń gádà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni on a Wednesday. Wọ́n fi sọ pé Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ni dìímù náà. It's just an Oladele outreach. People come there in their mufti. Ṣáwọn èèyàn wá ni. Ẹ bọ́lẹ̀ nù yamayama. Ẹ kó là kó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. My eyes is a little bit blurry. There's a lot of lights coming to my face, so I couldn't read. So don't deceive yourself. Don't think that's an attack on him. That's what I'm saying, in essence. We cannot exhaust these things. I just needed to say, ṣé gbogbo àwọn Bukola kinní kan what's the name of the other lady? Folake, they are not the problem. They are just being exploited. Jumoke, they are not the problem. Bukky mo sọ again, Bukky kan gọ̀ ni o. Ọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe ń dàgbà ọgbọ́n ò bá dàgbà ni o. Bukky gọ̀ ni o. Because ká ló gbọ́n ni. He will not play into this thing o. Let's say pé no man yẹn ti ẹ̀ ń bí ẹ. You chose the wrong battle. You chose the wrong time. You could have found a better battle. Kò dá ìjà independently. Ọlọ́run wà ní stake. Bukky dáwà pé Bukky dé say. Oh, stupid, but at least orí ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀ with ní presence. If you have fought your own fight by yourself, not aligned with all this madness, Ọlọ́run wà ní stake. A little bit to be the reputation bẹ́ẹ̀. But you chose the wrong battle. Calculate rather. Back off from this madness. Gbàgbé Bukky it go for 10 years. Wà á lànà. Gbàgbé bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀mbẹ̀. Olúwa tí ń bẹ tẹ́mi ẹ̀ sì wà. Kò gbé èṣù mi. Wà á lànà. You don't have any claim on this. Mi lè sọ ọ̀la o. As we speak now. Tí ní anything tó tangible. But you see, those are my news. They are small. Ẹ wọ àwọn ìyá àjọ, àwọn PRO. Wọ́n sì pọ̀ o, wọ́n sì ń wú wọn jáde o. Àwọn wòlíì kan wà. Àwọn Sùrájò àbí kí ni máa yẹn jẹ́? Ilé ọmọ tó máa ń lo bọ́ọ̀ì ìkan lẹ́nu papò báyìí. Ìyẹn ti antagonize Genesis for it's not Genesis, everybody ìyẹn antagonize Àtòyèdè Pàtàdébóyè àti anybody Johnson Suleiman. That one, his ministry is to discredit other pastors. I don't know what kind of ministry is that. But ẹ̀yin kan wà tẹ́ ẹ wà nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tínú dẹ̀ ń bí yín pé ọmọ yìí bóyá ó ti kéré jù fún achievement ẹ̀ ni o, bóyá àwọn ìlànà tó ń dì fọ́ ni o, bóyá bó ṣe ń ṣe ló kàn ká yín lára ni. Tó bá tẹ̀ kí ló dé tẹ̀ ẹ̀ gbé ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní associate authority. You did not go to the right thing. You are instigating enemies against him. Ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run á dé bá yín. I say again, the judgment and the wrath of God will come upon you. Same way God arose and strike the enemy of Moses when they murmur against him in the wilderness. God will arise on behalf of this man, Oladele, and raise judgment against everyone in the fold of Celestial Church of Christ, in the fold of Genesis Global Ministry, that is behind and orchestrating evil against their pastor. Because it is not by force. You can choose not to be a member. Àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ wà ń bẹ àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ ti lọ. Ìdájọ́ Ọlọ́run ìbínú Ọlọ́run á dìde sí yín. Because you don't have any claim. You don't have any reason. It's not a cult group. It's not a do or die affair. You can walk away if you don't like it. What the hell is your problem? I'm getting frustrated. This is 1 o'clock. I will take maybe 5 calls and then I will call it a wrap. I will wait for Bukola's response. So I can fight dating. I will fight dating. At this point, I don't even care anymore. Before, I'm trying to be very careful and behaving. please call the WhatsApp. Don't call my regular phone. It's just disturbing. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. No. So, I mean, I don't have much time. I want to get out of here. I'll take one or two calls and then we call it a wrap. Call it a wrap for the day. Okay. Somebody call Lori show them my best me. If you call them now. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we really appreciate your effort, and God will continue to bless you. God will continue to guide you. You know, you've been so marvelous, and you've done really, really well. There is something I really want everybody to understand. Is whatever you want to give to people in life, once freedom speaks out of that particular thing, that thing is kind of useless to me. And what everybody should always fight for, or what you should always have in everything you do, is your freedom. And I don't think Genesis has taken anybody's freedom away from them. Either be a member or a financer or a benefactor to the church. He has not taken anybody's freedom. So like you've rightly pointed out in your presentation, you know, people should always have that sense of freedom. Like, look, if I don't have something, I have the right to walk away. And if you have a case against anybody, always make sure you make your case worth listening to. So if your case is not worth listening to, you making noise on the social media or the social space, I think is kind of uncalled for. And you know, to call your thing, I just want to commend you and thank you for everything you've done for the man. So may God continue to bless you.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello, Mr. Victor. Yes, I feel Yeah. I just want to thank you for all this talk, blogging stuff. I'm so impressed. I personally can't remember anybody before. I just stumbled at your show. I think what to do. Wow, we can joke with me. So finally, I was motivated and then I'm still impressed. God bless you. Thank you for your love. And we will call Jesus. They make it so lively. We so God bless you.
Thank you very much.
And the better side, Otito, Arayo, the Yoruba, church, where we in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I really want to appreciate the work you really trying, sir. And you really made everyone see from another angle what has been going on. I'm not here to justify anything, but you have really tried. The whole truth of the matter is all you have just said. What I see here is power tussle.
Exactly.
You call yourself an elder in the church. and you are the one bringing problem to the shepherd of the church. And this celestial mentality, like, no, nobody must grow, nobody must be more than us. I've seen prophets attacking their co-prophets. I am also a prophetess in the church. I mean, this is bad. Out of enviness, you come out and you start tarnishing people's image for no reason. I mean, this is very bad. And I just pray that the court will really take its court and everything will be settled out of court. Let them serve every one of them paper. So by the time every one of them get to the court, they won't try it with every other person. They did the same to Baba Kasali. If not that the man is called, he would have committed suicide now. It's not easy. So God will continue to help you, sir.
Thank you very much. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. I will go boy prepare you.
If you know,
me go show you. This is my first time.
Wow, I should go.
Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún yín ní làákàyè.
Àmín.
Ẹ show mi lẹ́yìn pé ọmọ tó ti léèrè wá ni. The way you handle that show, you calm down, you talk sensible. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa fún yín ní wisdom.
Àmín.
Ibi tó yẹ yẹn ti wá ibi kọ́ máa ṣàdúrà ni mo dẹ̀ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Torí ṣe létò bá wọn àgbààgbà àwọn tó bí wa wọ́n ṣe ń tò kan tó ń gún régé. Kò sí wàhálà wúlú, kò sí kanra, kò sí kankan, ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń tó lẹ́sẹẹsẹ. Iye yóò ní parẹ́.
Àmín.
Agbára Ọlọ́run bí tó ọgbọ́n yẹn ti ń wá tẹ́bí tó ètò tẹ́ ṣe lẹ́yìn ọgbọ́n yóò ní tán bẹ́ẹ̀.
Àmín.
Torí you take it from another angle. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkùnrin, ẹníyàwó ẹlọ́mọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kádẹ́tì níyàwó ní jẹ́ ní máa ní kí máa búrò mi kan fún yín. Torí ọkùnrin tó máa mọlé tò lẹ́ máa jẹ́. Mi ò parọ́ ọlọ́ọ̀lẹ́ àgbọ̀ tẹ́ bá rí àwọn tó ń wo ètò yìí láàárọ̀ tó lè jẹ́ ọkùnrin tó ń fi ọpọlọ pípé gbé. Wọ́n á mọ̀ pé ọkùnrin tó dà nìyí. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ àgbàdẹ ní kò sí wàdúwàdú, kò sí wáyàwáyà, kò sí ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ létò ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ lẹ́sẹsẹ pé kí ló ṣe fún ẹ, sọ ọkọ tó ṣe fún ẹ síta, kí ló fàjà, kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo tápọ̀ tó kẹ́gbọ́ tí wọ́n kọ́ ń ṣe wáyàwáyà ọlọ́run á fún ọlọ́kọ̀ balẹ̀. Àdúrà ní kẹjẹ kájọ ṣe fún wọn. Ọlọ́run kò darí gbogbo wa, ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run ni gbogbo wa wà. Tó mo kàn ní dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín ni ẹ ti gbé tó yẹ kalẹ̀, ọlọ́kà rẹ̀ tì í lẹ́yìn, iṣẹ́ yóò ní dàrú, ọ̀nà yóò ní dàrú, àwọn ọmọ yìí ẹ jèrè wọn. Torí ẹ fi ògo àwọn tó bí yín mọ̀ nínú sóòtẹ́mi wò ní láàárọ̀ yìí. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ẹ ṣe Ọlọ́run máa fún yín ṣe.
I don't even know what to say because we have not gotten to where we are going yet. Hello? Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, I can't hear.
I can hear you.
Please bear with me. It might be my volume. 1 moment. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
I can't hear you. Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry. I can hardly hear you anyway. Ekusheno, thank you so much.
This
is actually my second time watching you, and it's always I mean, how can I say, it's been a pleasant show. Thanks for not playing on our intelligence or trying to force your own opinion on us, because that's what we tend to experience on most of the shows on Facebook. With regards to the situation on ground, I think Buki has the wrong advisors around her, or probably she has more of people who are looking for her downfall. If not, it's so clear, she hasn't got any. Can I put it? She hasn't got a stand. She's just been mouthing, blabbing. I mean, and she's really not making any sense. She voluntarily went to this church. She, contributed voluntarily. It wasn't forced on her. Church to one Nigeria, it was in the UK. Send even within the period to send you would have had the chance to actually think. Lati will pay actually need Lati send away or not. Send away, which is good. Along lo shefun. Affect balance it and sing, and you dear Roro can so pé tó bá ko sọ pé man ni rape and sing, then it's a different thing. That more down face. So pé rape. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ is more on one week pay or something, kò ní and I just hope pé ó lè rí èèyàn kankan bá sọ̀rọ̀. Go calm down, because just put Buki's name on Google and see what comes up. Gbogbo atrocity based on Home Office and everything. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ń bẹ̀. She needs to calm down. Okay, ṣọmọdé mọ́. Ìgbà mélòó tó máa 50. And even her health, only that can't come pariwo all the time. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ò make sense. And I'm not saying Genesis is innocent. Clearly, he's got his own mistakes. But no, God, I'm on Tolong Waje. See, Genesis bá lọ lórí ìkúnlẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ní kọ́lọ́n kó dáríjì òun. That's it. Ari atrocity David ti Solomon in the Bible. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn? Àwọn tó Ọlọ́run sì fẹ́ràn náà ni. So tala wa pé, a fẹ́ máa fi nǹkan tó ṣe máa fi. I'm not saying pé ká má sọ síta. Ibi tí nǹkan búburú bá wà, yes, we need to shed light into it. But tí ọba máa ṣe kéèyàn ṣe pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ àti òtítọ́, nítorí pé Ọlọ́run wà involved. Kò kí ń ṣe just any person. She understand. Jẹ́ ká ti assume pé Ọlọ́run ò pé òun ló pe rẹ̀, but kò choose láti ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run náà ló ṣe now. One of the things that ló ń ṣe náà òun ni charity, giving back to people. Ẹ̀mọ èèyàn tó máa I even want to use Buki as an example. When she met this man, he was at the lowest point of her life. Nígbà tí ó bu Facebook kọlù tó fẹ́ lè commit suicide. And look at the change. Within that period, before Buki tó tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo wàhálà yìí, actually gbogbo àwọn tí ò fẹ́rẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní láìkẹ́ padà. Ó ti di pé òun náà lè ṣe show. People can actually go and listen to her. Àwọn èèyàn ò lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà. Wọ́n gba tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní record pẹ̀lú Genesis. Life change. Kóun náà ti ẹ̀ wò yẹn. And I just wish someone could talk to her. Go calm down. Go tell me so. Go Genesis and put it on paper and probably come back and then now tell the world. But for now, Bukola does not have a stand at all.
Thank you very much, man. Those were my points. One of our claims is that Ìdàìmí lòun jà. Báwo ló ṣe ń jìdà ẹ̀mí? You did not realize that you are dragging the name of God into mud. 10% damage tẹ́ ń ṣe is to Israel Oladele. 40% is to Genesis Global as a commission. 50% is to God himself. Because the name of the Lord is on this man and on this ministry. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yeah, please, I want to contribute to the show.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. First and foremost, mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe handle this issue yìí. Maturely, actually, it's not. But the thing is, wọn ever were consistent.
Never.
Nínú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ. Last week, ọ̀rọ̀ 10 million naira là ń sọ. As at a new, ó ti di 24 million naira. Ṣé wọ́n kí ọwọ́ pọ̀ mọ́ lápò pa àwọn owó ìní? Àbí wọ́n tẹ̀gbà tí wọ́n bá ṣe sílé ọlọ́run, ó ṣe voluntarily ni, ó ṣe willingly. Wọ́n force wọn láti ṣe. But the other thing is this person has not really come out to say nǹkan tó ṣe fún èmi fún ara mi lélẹ̀.
Kò sí o.
Ó bá lágbájá sùn, ó bá yé sùn, ó bá bí sùn, ó bá sí sùn, ó bá dí sùn. Àwọn abcd kan bá sùn náà kó síta kan wá sọ̀rọ̀.
Yes.
I don't know. I think there is more to this issue. Pakiri yìí, in fact, ó pọ̀ jẹ́ nítorí àwọn ọba dẹ̀ mú wá síbẹ̀. Kò sí ẹ̀dá àdáyé kankan tó lè mú wá síbẹ̀. Fine, ẹni ilé máa wà innocent 100%. But for God's sake, Yorùbá máa ń pa òwe kan wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá ń ṣe kinní kan fún alágbàfọ̀, kò yẹ kó yẹ ẹnu àtọ́lé. Then you share your way, because if this is somebody that has always come out to fight for Genesis, you will be there. Why will you now come? Whatever key back there, she will toss the lemon.
Benny. I think Bella the joy he goes. Kò ní evidence kankan ṣe mẹ́ta ló ti fi pariwo evidence kò ní kankan ẹranko ni. Kò ní jack shit.
And the contributions they make, well done for the good job you are doing.
Thank you very much. Kò ní nothing nada kò sí evidence kankan bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sí nothing. Yes, we have 15 minutes more. 15 minutes. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, successful.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, nice one. First and foremost, we really do appreciate your contribution because it's rare to have someone on Facebook do the kind of presentation that you've done. A lot of the presenters we have on Facebook, when people call in, they would not allow you to talk. They will keep talking over you. They will keep trying to force their words down your throat. Now, on the issue of this prophet that we're talking about, in Koti and so, it makes a lot of sense in the sense that so a first property mind, but just to stand in the position of a truth finder, and then why at this particular time when what is trending on Nigerian social media is the issue of rape? All of a sudden, this man has become a rapist. And then we're talking about the 22-year-old grown-ass man. As a lady, at 22, I wasn't living under my father's roof anymore. I was on my own. I was going to school. And I'm a girl. So if a 22-year-old a guy, we're not talking about at 22,
that is support.
It doesn't make sense. How come this man did something that was new? The first time I heard the man's name was when he under his administration, he asked for somebody who was having problems with accommodation to come out, and all the offering they got for that day should be given to that woman. In Kotima, and he didn't do it by himself. In my own understanding, I believe it was the Holy Spirit that ministered to him, that God wanted to answer that person's prayer at that point. It's new to Nigeria because church is a business in Nigeria.
Ben.
Definitely, Oma Motawa. And since the other one, Dublin, to the controversy that woman, I have no business with her really, and I will not even dignify her by mentioning her name. she needs to clean her act up. She really do need to, because she do have a son too. But I want your social media and copy all the co-work, social interaction. Let's interact. People like minds, rub minds. Let's exchange ideas. Let's grow together. Unfortunately, in the Nigerian setting, it's a tool of capital. Your wallet, capital destroying. But then it's just what it is. So I thank you. I applaud you. You've done fantastically well. You've done a great job. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. What I know about that one, oh my God, we seriously. And you know, one tackle. I'm my friend, my queen, Bika Jagaban. If only this man is Oladele genetist had listened to that time. Okay, this lady is evil. She's evil. There's no other way to describe her. But then a church, everybody welcome to me. But it has degenerated into what it is. I pray we can all grow and learn from this. That everybody should be able to pick a nugget of wisdom from what's going on right now and apply it to themselves and find consent and learn that everybody is not your friend. But then, I think I go along. Thank you, sir. I don't want to take up all of your time so that people can also put in and chip in the bit.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. I have 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes and I'll be out of here. 10 more minutes. I cite you, Mama of all the girls, Abike Jagaban. I don't know if I should respond to this thing now. Everything is doing me, I'm tired. And I'm feeling good, so what can I do? I mean, I'm in the shopping season in my life right now. I'm able and available, so I'm into shopping. You understand? Amen. Hello.
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 Hello, Mr. Victor.
Hello.
You have done tremendously well on this issue. God bless you. God increase you. Amen. Greater and higher you, I pray. You see, my
Go ahead. Network wọn ti la náà. Network yẹn ti gbé náà jẹ o. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. If you can hear me, my contribution is first and foremost, I want to thank you because you've thrown a lot of light into the whole matter. And one thing I would want everyone listening and watching you, including myself, is what are the learning points from all these things? It is not enough for us to just listen to all these things, watch things happening here and there. I mean, there are lessons to be learned. And there are things we also should imbibe to correct certain things we are doing personally, apart from all the incidents that is happening, because we are all Nigerians. The fact that we reside outside the country does not mean that we don't have our culture and we don't have maybe our people back home. But if only we can learn from everything that is happening, there are learning points. And including the men of God too, let them learn and let them know where to always draw the line. There should be a boundary. Every relationship with either the members, either the core members, or those ones at the end of affairs, because human beings will always be human beings. There's nothing we can do to please everybody. So I would implore that even the men of God, let them ask for the spirit of discernment, because this would help a lot. So they would be able to decipher and know who is who. So this is my own contribution, and well done for the great job you are doing. God will continue to renew your strength and strengthen you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello, uncle. Okay, Michelle.
Auntie and Lema.
Yes, sir. Nǹkan tí èmi fẹ́ contribute ni pé ṣe rí nǹkan tó ń ṣe Bukky ọ̀tọ̀ ni, but kò mọ bó ṣe lè sọ síta. Mo tún bá máa yẹn dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run torí pé máa yẹn ò bá ní àṣepọ̀, tó bá yẹ kó bá ní àṣepọ̀ ni kì í ṣe nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí la máa sọ. Nígbà tí bá ṣe birthday ní last year tó lọ Nàìjíríà, ẹni tó bá dáadáa kí báyìí tó wo body language á mọ̀ pé ó fẹ́ kí máa yẹn máa bá òun ní àṣepọ̀, but máa yẹn ò kì í ṣe irú èèyàn tó think, because in ẹ̀gbọ́n àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ pé ṣé ìyàwó máa yóò tẹ̀lé lé woman yìí ni, because kò ní ọkọ, so wife á fi allow third party ní family wọn tá mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń lọ. Though ẹ̀kọ́ ló tún máa jẹ́ fún àwọn míì. So nǹkan tí mo ní kí n sọ nìyẹn.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an.
Yes, sir.
We got 5 minutes. Now, a quick announcement. What to do? Hello?
Hello, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Ọlọ́run ló lè tó.
Yeah, I just I want to contribute. I want to contribute to what you guys are saying.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. First of all, I'm very grateful and I thank God for your life, for everything you're doing. You're doing a great job. You know what I mean? So all this thing they're saying about Pastor Oladele is just total nonsense. You know, the other day, Bukky, she said, I want to buy the church here. I'm a testimony to that man calling. Okay? I've not seen him before in my life. I only watch him on Facebook. You know what I mean? And I know what God has done in my life. You know what I mean? So nobody is forcing anyone to pay, to contribute money. If you contribute money and you do it with your heart and you don't have any alternative motive, you know what I mean? God will definitely answer your prayer. But if you have other motive for what you're doing, you know what I mean? Definitely God will not answer you. You know, I told somebody yesterday, if you sin against a prophet of God, you know, actually I use the history of the children of Israelites and Abraham. When God asked Abraham to take them from Egypt, the promise of God upon his life is for him to take them to their promised land. But because Abraham, that guy was very, very angry. And God told him that you will not get to that destination. Because he get angry for people that God loves. God is on this guy's side. Yeah? When someone introduced Genesis to me on Facebook 3 years ago, and I asked God personally that God, I want to know who this man is, if he's truly called. And God repeated it to me twice in my dream. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I've never met him before in my life. I only asked my brother to go to I asked my brother from Ibadan to go to Lagos, to go to his church once a month. You know, so like Genesis himself always said, this is a storm in his life and he will overcome.
You know what I mean? So that's just my prayer. It just needs to be focused. It doesn't need to be what's it called, to be distracted from all this nonsense. Let them say, come up and also over all those bookie and co. Once you feel that out begun. Because only feel that I won't understand share anybody. Who are them to who are they to judge him? If it's fake or true, living for God. And I know for sure 100% the man is called by God. One can be no really, one be no anymore. And you know the papa. You know what I mean? So that's just my submission. God bless you. Please continue what you are doing. Go. Said to try to tell you LKG. Allah no man that's all. Go. Allah that's all. You know, but alone. Opportunity. Bye bye for now.
All right, actually go. Hello. 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 Good job. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Victor. Sorry, the network went off. I was driving then.
Oh, okay.
Economic confess lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo kọ́kọ́ sọ látàárọ̀ gbogbo show tó ń ṣe yẹn I'm less concerned. This is my first time of calling on the any show.
Wow.
But kọ́kọ́ ṣe mi lẹ́yìn ni pé because I watch her I don't know kí ni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ they were like take me to court Genesis yẹ ká lọ sí court this one take me to court now when they now take them to court tó bá ti sílẹ̀ wọ́n ní lẹ́tà báyìí gbogbo wọn kọ̀ sájáde ní bí ajá ìdìgbòlugi wọ́n máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tó kọ́ sápá lórí tí ẹ tó ti lásìdẹ̀ntì okó. What's wrong with them?
Funke.
Ọ̀rọ̀ wá studio. Let her go to court. Genesis gbé lọ sílé ẹjọ́ tó fẹ́ gbé Genesis lọ sílé ẹjọ́. Kó lọ retaliate kó Genesis lọ sílé ẹjọ́. Just stop acting like a mad dog on the street. That's just my own. Thank you.
Thank you very
well
much.
Done, Victor. You're doing a good job. God bless you.
Thank you. That was deep. Deep. Ladies and gentlemen, some quick announcement. Now, quick announcement before we leave. Maybe I'll take one more and then we can call it a wrap. Kì í dùn púpọ̀ ẹ wò ẹni tó onírọ́ ló máa ń ẹlẹ́rìí wà ní Kano ẹni tó bá tó mọ̀kàn tó ń sọ ló ń ṣe show 12 hours. You understand what I mean? There's so much to be unveiled. I have to be. There are some things I can't say on here because it doesn't look good on paper for Celestial as a commission, and I really want to be discreet about it because there are some agbagbajo àwọn wo agbawole àwọn ní ọwọ́ tó jẹ́ pé wọn bá wọn bó ṣe yẹ ká bá wọn tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ́wọ́ sí di àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí. There are some of them I don't even know how to present it. They are disturbing. Now, it is my culture that when I'm wrapping up a program, I just don't want us to talk here and criticize people and nail people. I want you to get a learning curve. From studying all of these precedents and characters and people who have been involved, I begin to point down some things that I really want us to take home as the learning curve for today. First of all, Bob Marley said that the biggest prison is the prison of the mind. He called it mental slavery. In his song, Freedom Song, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. No matter what cycle free our mind. See, The day you begin to do differently from what your mind suggests to you, you are a slave. These are the things that makes you begin to function contrary to your self-will. Now, when you begin to do contrary to your self-will, there is no way that, frustration will not set in, because you are displeasing yourself in order to look good in front of people. Guess what? Nobody gives a shit about you. I don't care what you do. Kó padà díẹ̀ fún church. Banko. Kó pa first born ẹ fún ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ. Ìjọ tẹ́ ẹ bá máa jà tẹ́ ẹ ní ṣọ̀rẹ́ mọ́. Ìwọ ló lose. Whatever you cannot afford, don't avail. If you will do anything and you will get to your closet and be bitter about it, you are imprisoned. It's called mental slavery. Life is not a do or die. There is what they call the principle of association. Is that free will. Any association, either religious, social, economical, job. So many people are making good income, but they are bitter. They are not happy because you are doing the wrong job. You are not happy with your job, but you are afraid of being jobless. No, you will continue to be unhappy. You will find more satisfaction staying out of job than continue to work a job that you don't find fulfillment in. Liberate your mind. So many people have done so many wrong things because of Komada Bikpe. I hate that statement. When I thought about it, say khynnah is wrong. But mo kan ṣe Komada Bikpe mo kan ma kan retain your concern. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ wèrè ni o. It's madness. If your mind, take a time to think through every of your actions and your decisions and your inactions. Listen, I have families, of course, you know how it works. So those of you who are in diaspora, you know how our beloved family back home just think that we are picking money on the ground here. They just think that when you are in America, you are in UK, manna is falling at your backyard that turns to pounds and dollars. Some people will call me and give me a whole long epistle. Trailer gba machine, khynnah, and I'm a very good listener. I'm listening to you. From the inception, before you tell me your problem, I already conclude in my mind if I want to give you or not, what I want to give you. Because you see, this is to our people in diaspora now. I don't care whatever country you are not at home. And we all face the same problem. It don't matter which country you are, we face the same thing. And don't blame people back home. That doesn't discredit people at home. Naija already. Tọ́yọ́ kálẹ̀ yàn mọ ibi tí wọ́n ṣe ń gba visa ẹ̀fàyà ni ẹlòmíì àprífà àkótì ẹ̀kúkú lọ dúró sẹ́fàyà lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ìdìkó máa fi waste away Nigeria. Nigeria is not smiling. So I'm not discrediting those who are back home and they are reaching out to their families abroad. But this is what I'm saying. Those of you in diaspora, this is basically to you. The people who are calling you and you are emptying your account here. Ó yẹ kó disable kó ṣe course kan ó ṣe. Ó yẹ kó disable in the next 5-6 years. The same people to family tó ń send owó sí yẹn tó fi sanwó school ọmọ wọn kúnlé ti admission wọlé fẹ́ ṣe exam yẹmi sí fẹ́ gba jam. The same people wà tún bọ́ in the next 5 years àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ọdún 5 ló ti lò l'Amẹ́ríkà kò kọ́lé kò ralẹ̀ bọ̀dá kìíní tó ń gbé ní 2nd Street ẹ̀gbọ́n fún mi ọ̀rẹ́ mi ó ti kọ́lé báyìí ọdún 2 ló máa lọ ó máa wà lé ó ti kọ́lé nísìnyí. They begin to compare your progress with other people's own. Now you foolish. The same people you are helping, the same people you are going out of your way for, they will evaluate you and call you a failure over time. Do I say don't do? No. Don't do outside your wish. We know so many of us send those money. Tí ó dẹ̀ kú ṣe ń gbá wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ó máa wá ká ẹ lára àwọn tó wà lẹ́yìn wọ́n live large jù ẹ lọ. Ó kàn fẹ́ parẹ́ kò fẹ́ ṣòṣì ni. They are living a better life sometimes. Sometimes they ask for the money not because they have a need. They ask for the money because they feel it is their right to ask you. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣáà nìyí. Ju méjì lọ lọ́wọ́ ìyá wa kí ẹ̀dẹ̀dún lè ṣe fún mi. Don't enslave yourself because kò sí nǹkan tó lè parí nonsense yìí bí òun ṣe pé ojoyè kan church yẹn ò pè é mọ́. Get out, man. Why will you be bitter? Why do you feel that it is your birthright? It's two ways. It's either you like it or you don't like it. Ẹ wo ká dé pé ìjókòó báyìí tí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì rìdí mo bá wù mí lọ́mọ́ mi lọ́mọ́ ni. Kẹ́ ẹ pẹ̀jẹ̀ kẹ́ yọná lẹ́nu. Tí mi ò bá fẹ́ lọ́mọ́ mi lọ́mọ́ ni. You are not going to tell me. I've said I was in a church right in the midst of service. And they said, oh, they declare fasting from the headquarters. I'm a redeemed member. And I said, and they were emphasizing it in such a way that I don't have a problem with the fasting. But the person who was announcing it was not announcing the fasting as something that is important as a Christian to do. He was announcing the fasting as an instruction from Daddy Gio. Please note those two words. It's a thing to say, let us fast so that we can seek the face of God and God, present our case to God and all of that. He didn't present like that. He said, this is a direct order from Daddy Gio. And I raised my hand and I said, are we fasting because it is good for us to fast as Christians, or we are fasting because Daddy Gio said we should fast? He said, both. But Daddy Gio specifically asked us to go, and I said, I am not fasting. And I did not. Guess what? God bless me regardless. It is not any religious act that makes God bless you. There are certain principles that are standard. It's a principle of life, like giving. Give, it shall be given unto. Tó bá yẹ kí babaláwo ló fún lówó, or babaláwo ló fún ló bless, ló reach out to, Ọlọ́run á bless you. It doesn't matter who you give. It's a natural principle. Give, it shall be given unto. But there's what they call covenant blessing. That is where you sow into the right place, like you see a ministry or a man of God that has been a blessing to your life, and you become a support to his ministry. You are entering into the covenant of his call. You are not obliged. That's another dimension. But every other thing is at free will. Don't let anybody tell you how you are going to serve God. Don't let anybody tell you how you are going to live right. Don't let anybody tell you how you are going to be, whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim or you are a pagan or you are a pervert, you are a Buddhist, you are a voodooist, whatever you choose to be. Be independent in your mind, be at your free will, because guess what? Jesus said, you are either hot or cold. You know what that means? God said he prefers you to be either hot or cold. Yes, God wants you to be hot and fervent. But he said he prefers you to be hot or cold. That means God prefers you to be cold if you want to be cold. It's okay. God did not. Why did God not format our brain and make all of us to just do the right thing? It's because God wants us to have a free will to make a choice at every point in time in our life. It is the godliness in us. It is the nature of God in us. It is what makes us a human being different from animal. The free will. So if you deprive yourself of your free will to make decisions, it is your fault. How can a 45-year-old woman coming on social space to say, oh, but and you are not at God point? It is colossal madness. It is madness by every parameter. It doesn't add up. But you see, I know so many of us, see, book inherited everybody, so many of us are victims of these things. The day you lose the sanity of your mind to know what you want to do and to do it regardless of how it looks like, then you have become less than human. You have become less than human. And we have to get it from the right perspective. You are responsible for your actions. God said he prefers you to be either hot or cold. He said, but if you are lukewarm, he said, I will split you out of my mouth. You know what that means? God don't have a problem with you if you are cold. Even if he wants you to be hot, he doesn't have a problem with you if you are cold. But he hates you if you are lukewarm. You can't be double standard. It can't be double standard. What is the essence of your giving if you are going to grumble? What is the essence? Even human being, If you give me money like this, I won't take it from you. So you know that God cannot take it from you. Because what a man cannot take, God cannot. The Bible says, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The ordinance of heaven is a revelation of what we see on earth. We are the likeness of God. God said God made us in our image and likeness. So we have the resemblance of God. Some characteristics of human being is what they are the genealogy of God in us. The breath of God in us that makes us function like that. Don't lose your mind. Don't let anybody tailor your life. Don't let anybody tell you how you should live right or what is right from what is wrong. You are responsible for your action. You are responsible for your decisions. You are responsible to define your life. Look how you want to be, dress how you want to dress, talk how you want to talk, do the job you want to do, date who you want to date, marry who you want to marry. So many people are in deadly toxic marriage. See, a happy single is better than an unhappy married person. I am not encouraging divorce, but if you can't find happiness, so many people are in the marriage not because they don't want to walk away. Listen, they are in it because kini ká ti gbọ́, kini mo máa sọ fáwọn parents mi, ládùúgbò bá ṣe ceremony, especially church marriage.